1 pitch, and way in front of that and lining it down the left field line, and on the run is Schleter, making the play on the run in fair territory. Helmrich's got around on it, but it's tracked down by Schleter, heading towards the corner in left field by the 209 sign. So an error to lead things off, and the Stars get out of it. No runs, no hits. Edco leaves that runner at third. It's 1-0, Vikings in the lead. Eckelceder, now the 0-2 pitch, swinging right through the inside pitch is Curtis. Strikeout number 5 by Eckelceder, and the Stars threaten, but they leave 2 on. No runs, 2 hits, they strand 2. We've played 3.5. It is 1-0. Starmont trails Edco. 1-1 pitch, and Helmrich lines that ball into right field, hits the edge of the infield. It's a base hit. Waved around from third is Bockenstedt. The throw cut off in the infield. It's a base hit and an RBI for Audrey Helmrich. And the Vikings lead 2-0 here in the 5th. Eckelceder's 1-2 pitch, called strike 3, caught looking on the inside. It's Curtis. The 11th strikeout recorded there by Eckelceder. And that does it for Starmont in the top of the 7th inning. Edco wins it over Starmont by a final score of 2-0. The Vikings manage 3 hits, but they hold Starmont to 2, and it is Edco advancing into round number 2. The best baseball and softball tournament action is on KCTN FM 100.
The doctors and staff at Family Dentistry of Monona encourage everyone to get out and support your local high school baseball and softball teams this summer. It's always a great time to watch a ball game and enjoy the weather at your local high school ball diamonds. Dr. Mark Bowie, Dr. Jessica Wilkie, and Dr. Courtney Wicken strongly encourage all of these area athletes to wear athletic mouth guards while on the playing field to protect their great smiles. That's Family Dentistry of Monona, 602 Tower Street, 539-4651.
We know that potential is greatly enhanced through hard work and dedication. At Viafield Cooperatives, we promise to provide innovative products and dependable service to help you meet and exceed your potential. From agronomy to energy, grain to feed, Viafield is excited to provide growing opportunities for both producers and consumers at 18 locations throughout northern Iowa and southern Minnesota. Want to learn more about Viafield? Go to viafield.com. Viafield is a proud supporter of our local student athletes.
People's State Bank is locally owned and locally managed with 20 convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology, we're it. As a community bank, we're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, community-minded, just like you. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
This is Beth from Sode's Green Acre, Country Market and Cafe in Guttenberg. Are you headed to the Mississippi this weekend? Stop into Sode's Green Acre. You'll find some yummy snacks, heat and serve entrees, seafood, Edgewood Locker meats, and a huge selection of spirits, wine, and craft beer from Iowa distilleries, vineyards, and breweries. Whether you're stocking the fridge at the cabin, taking it with you on the boat, or looking for some fun gift ideas, you'll find a taste of Iowa at Sode's Green Acre in Guttenberg. Find us on Facebook to find out more, because Sode's is more than just a store.
This is Chris Holbert, General Manager of Hall Robertson Incorporated in Postville. We would like to wish the area student athletes both a safe and successful sports season. We have been a community-based company since 1864, servicing and supporting the area ag industry with products necessary for daily success. We look forward to continuing to serve and support both the ag industry and high school athletes in our surrounding communities. Thank you and good luck from the families at Hall Robertson.
Stronger, farther, faster. It all starts with good nutrition. Clayton County Farm Bureau is proud of our livestock farmers who provide high-quality protein needed to fuel our young athletes. The ultimate pre- and post-game fuel-up can be found in meat and dairy foods grown right here. Meat and dairy are natural sources of essential vitamins that support health, energy, and performance. We know our student athletes are the real deal, and Iowa's livestock farmers are committed to helping them reach their goals. To learn more, visit realfarmersrealfoodrealmeat.com.
Edco Tournament Softball is brought to you in part by Ray's Excavating, Little Bit of Country Stove and Fireplaces, Silver Edge Cooperative in Edgewood, Strawberry Point, and Delhi, James Rochard and Brandon Mather, agents for Community Insurance of Iowa in Edgewood, Culligan Water Conditioning in Elkader, the Lowena Savings Bank, member FDIC, Fisk Farm and Home in Monona, Cresco, and Decorah, Carr Auto Group, Bacon Concrete in Postville, Furniture Showcase in Oldvine, and RGK Portable Building, serving Northeast Iowa and Southwest Wisconsin. We begin the On Deck Show for tonight's game. We're joined by West Central softball coach Brad Wild. Coach, your team now 6-23 and a good win. Defeated Keyhigh in the opening round of the tournament 2-0 last week. Tell me about that game.
You know, ladies just came plugged in. You know, we knew defensively we had to be sharp. Abby Squires was fantastic. I mean, 8-inning game. She threw 78 pitches. She mixed speeds, put it where she wanted, and she kind of was in command out there on the mound. Defensively, our book had us for 1 error. I think Key's book had us for no errors in 8 innings, which was pretty fantastic, especially considering how many 8th graders we used for their first regional game. You know, thing is, we had offensive opportunities. We had base runners throughout the first 7 innings, but just weren't able to come through until finally in the 8th inning I had 8th grader Sydney Teague with a deep sac fly and with 1 out, and just a huge play for us, and then for us to be able to go into the bottom of the 8th and still shut things down. I mean, it showed a lot of growth.
All right, let's talk about offensively. Who are some of the kids contributing for you offensively this season?
You know, right now my leading hitter has been Hannah Scott. You know, she's hitting 380, leads our team in RBIs. She'll hit in the 3-hole tonight for us. Abby Squires is a veteran. She's been around a long time. It's quality at bats every time she's up. She works deep in the count. She swings at strikes, and she's gonna give us a playable ball every time that she's up. I know Faith Steinbrenn. Right now we're looking to get her hot again. She has a lot of talent, and she can produce for us. Also, last one I'll mention right now is I got an 8th grader that the last few weeks has been just kind of tearing the cover off the ball. It's Sydney Teague.
All right, so lots of positive there. And I know Squire's going to throw for you in tonight's ball game, so let's turn our attention to Edgewood-Colesburg. And what do you know about the Vikings?
Well, you know, I mean, their pitcher and catcher are fantastic. And, you know, I've said for a long time that if you have a great pitcher and catcher, you can win a lot of softball games. They're going to rely on, I'm sure we'll see Eagle Cedar tonight. That's what we're gearing for. Helmrich's going to go ahead and hold people at bay, too, as a catcher. And they're going to make you go station to station. And they're not going to give you anything for free. Everything that you get, you're going to have to earn. So we're prepared, trying to hopefully have a few different ripples, do things to kind of generate and create offense a little different than what we've maybe had to do in some of our other games. But we're expecting, again, a good pitching performance out of Eagle Cedar because she's fantastic, and it's scary to think she's only a freshman.
Yeah, so what do you see as keys in the ball game for West Central then? What do you have to do?
We have to put the ball in play. You know, I think that's the thing right now. You know, I mean, she does have a little bit of a rise ball, and usually the best way to combat a rise ball is move up in the box, but she throws hard enough that with a young crew, with especially as many 8th graders as we rely on, kind of like to sit them mid-box or back box against a hard thrower. So it's kind of a double-edged sword there. Do you move them up to attack the rise ball, or do you let them sit back to give yourself a little bit more chance on the fastball? I think our thing is too, we have to continue to play defense like we did the other night. I mean, we've showed flashes of it throughout the season, where oftentimes, you know, it would be that 1 inning that would really kind of kill us. I mean, you look at some of our scores. If you remove just that 1 inning, it's crazy how competitive they are against some of the teams that are ranked around the state.
All right, Coach. Good luck to you in the ball game. We look forward to talking to you afterwards.
I appreciate it, man.
West Central softball coach Brad Wild on his Blue Devil team. The On Deck Show continues after this. Hey, sports fans, take a time out and call Garms Financial Services. Their team of agents can show you how to save money on all your insurance needs with Grinnell Mutual. Whether you need auto, home, farm, crop, or business insurance, Garms Financial Services has you covered. You'll also receive quality protection, expert advice, and local friendly service. Call Brian Bugenhagen, Cheryl Wagner, Emily Bazin, or Kayla Olson today for a free competitive quote. Garms Financial Services in Elkader, your trusted choice agency.
Join Freedom Bank in supporting our local students and their after-school activities. They are the building blocks to a brighter future for everyone. Whether cheering them on from the stands or participating in community programs, you'll always find Freedom Bank rooting for the home team in Elkader, Monona, Postville, Waukon, Decorah, and the surrounding communities. We empower success. Member FDIC.
When I started out in the car business, my dad gave me some good advice. Hi, it's Forrest Brown with the Browns family of dealerships. What my dad told me is when you sell someone their first car, you need a good sales department. But if you expect to sell them their second, third, and fourth car, you better have a great service department. Visit any one of the Browns family of dealerships in Guttenberg, Elkader, West Branch, or Victory Ford in Dyersville and find out why Browns is your hometown dealer, no matter where your hometown may be.
The Woodland Eye Clinic in Elkader and West Union are proud sponsors of high school sports. We are committed to bringing our patients the highest level of total eye care with detailed one-on-one attention. Our offices offer the newest technology and equipment with a professional team of experienced staff that is committed to you. Call us today for your next total eye care appointment. The Woodland Eye Clinic in Elkader and West Union supports all of our local athletes taking the field or court this season.
Are you looking for a new career? We're looking for a motivated, reliable worker with auto body experience or just mechanically inclined. Are you detail-oriented and looking for a challenge? An opportunity for growth? Want to work on an ever-changing variety of vehicles? We offer a laid-back work environment, high-end pay, great benefits, flexible work hours, and much more. Qualified candidates can expect high-end compensation. You won't be disappointed. Call Bob at Top Gun Customs to learn all the details. 563-964-9899.
As a busy mom, I have challenges keeping my family on track, but appointments for healthcare visits are no longer one of them. Veterans Memorial Hospital has now opened a new clinic in Waukon, so complete care for my entire family is more accessible than ever, and providers care for all ages, so everyone gets the care they need when they need it. It's a welcome addition for busy families like ours and our community. To learn more, go to veteransmemorialhospital.com.
Veterans Memorial.
Edco Tournament Softball is brought to you in part by Hill Country Convenience Store, Every's Auto and Tire in Colesburg, Citizen State Bank of Monticello, Hopkinton, Ryan, Manchester, Winthrop, Strawberry Point, and New Vienna, member FDIC and equal housing lender. Welchland Motors in Edgewood, Ethan Kane Construction. If it don't drain, call Ethan Kane. T&K Cahoon, your Napa dealer in Monona. Sinolof Ag Sales and Service. Grow Logs and Lumber in Elkader. Timber is a crop. Harvest wisely. And Dean Family Chiropractic in Claremont. We continue the On Deck Show for tonight's game. We're joined by Edco softball coach Taylor Huber. Coach, her team improving to 26-14. A good win in the opening round. Defeated Starmont 2-0. Tell me about that game.
Obviously a win's a win, but we didn't quite perform offensively like we had hoped to. It is tough when you just played the team 2 days before. They had a little bit of momentum on us from the second game in that night. So, but just super proud of our girls. We came through with what we needed to, and then Rachel was really tough on the mound, and defensively we were super sharp, didn't have any errors. So that won us the ball game.
All right, let's start on the mound. Rachel Eccleseder only allowed a hit in that ball game. Actually, I believe 2 hits in that ball game and struck out 11. Let's talk about Rachel and the job she's been doing for you on the mound.
Yeah, I thought she's been really good all year, but Friday night her command was really good. She got ahead of batters and then made it really tough for them to put the ball in play because she got ahead and stayed ahead. And then obviously, like you said, had a lot of strikeouts coming from that. But the no walks was a big thing for her, too. This year she's had some games where she hasn't had that control, so that was really good to see Friday night.
All right, offensively. Offensively, you mentioned 3 hits in the ball game, but this is a team now that offensively has some girls that can contribute. Let's talk about some of those individuals.
Yeah, so Audrey Helmerich and Rachel Eccleseder were 2 that had hits Friday night, and they've definitely been probably our most consistent hitters throughout the season. So that was good to see them stay consistent, I guess. We will have Claire Alvis back in that 2 spot. She'll hit in that 2 spot again tonight, which is where she's been hitting. And that's big for us. It kind of just makes our lineup a little bit better when she's in it. She's got our best batting average, and she's got a lot of pop in that 2nd spot. And then Reagan Stelkin hit the ball hard, I thought. Chloe Everett looked really good Friday. She hit 2 rockets to the right side that just happened to be right at girls. So I'm hoping we can get some of those to drop tonight.
All right, West Central. What do you know about the Blue Devils?
I have not seen them play. I've talked to a few people and looked at some stats. Offensively, for them, I think that's where we'll have, hopefully we can hold them to hopefully no runs, but a low amount of runs, just looking at their offensive stats and compared to what Rachel's done. I think that'll be a strong point for us. Their pitching doesn't look phenomenal, but I mean, Key scored no runs on him, so if she's pitching well, I think we're going to have to find a way to put the ball in play and make some stuff happen that way. But I'm hoping if we play sharp and do what we play how we normally play, I think we'll be okay.
All right, for Edco then, what does that involve?
Yeah, being sharp again defensively. I've just tried to preach to the girls, the longer we get in the season, the more people, even teams that don't have great batting averages, the more they put the ball in play, just they've seen more pitching, the longer you get in the season. So I'm sure they'll put the ball in play off of Rachel, so we need to be sharp defensively and make plays, keep runners off the bases, and then just find a way to get a few more hits down. And if we can't, just find a way to squeeze out some runs like we did the other night. At this point, it doesn't have to be pretty. We just got to score more runs than the other team.
All right, Coach. Good luck to you in the ball game. We look forward to talking to you afterwards.
Awesome. Thank you.
Edco softball coach Taylor Huber under Viking program. The On Deck Show continues after this.
This is Michael Erickson at Central State Bank. We provide a complete line of lending services to help you get the best out of life. From home mortgages and equity loans to vehicle and personal loans. We have expert lending professionals who will work with you to provide options to address your needs. At Central State Bank, you don't deal with a branch or department, you deal with a banker who is dedicated to you. Central State Bank, member FDIC.
Find the perfect gift for birthdays, weddings, and anniversaries at Clayton Drug in Elkader, Strawberry Point, and Sumner. Each store is unique in its own character and design, but all have gift items that would be the perfect gift. Clayton Drug is proud to carry many name brand lines such as Mud Pie, Young Living Oils, Greenleaf Candles, Melissa and Doug Educational Toys and Gifts, CJ Gibson, and many more. Check our Facebook page for shopping specials available at each location. Clayton Drug, connecting the communities of Elkader, Strawberry Point, and Sumner to service all in between.
Bodensteiner Implement is your local John Deere dealer with 10 locations in eastern Iowa to serve you. Check out their website, www.bodimp.com, for great deals on new and pre-owned equipment. From turf equipment to agricultural and compact construction equipment, they have solutions for every job. Nothing runs like a Deere, so come run with us at Bodensteiner Implement Company. Bodensteiner Implement is a proud sponsor of all high school sporting events, and we wish all our local athletes great success.
Hi, this is Cody from Torkelson Motors in Elgin and Waukon. At Torkelson Motors, we believe that student involvement in activities is a great way to help grow our communities, and we are proud to help sponsor this game for your enjoyment. We've been serving Northeast Iowa since 1926 and appreciate the business that our customers have given us and the support they provide to our area schools and communities. So the next time you're in need of a new or used vehicle or a repair, stop into Torkelson Motors. We've been selling cars the old-fashioned way with a friendly smile and a handshake right here next door in Elgin and Waukon.
I should have moved over for that utility van.
I should have slowed down for that bucket truck.
I should have slowed down and moved over for that maintenance vehicle.
I should have known the law.
Did you know that in the state of Iowa, motorists are required by law to move over or slow down when approaching any stationary vehicle that has its flashing lights activated, including utility trucks and maintenance vehicles? Failing to do so can result in fines or the loss of your driver's license. So when you see flashing lights, move over or slow down, preferably both. It's the law, and it might just save a life. This safety message brought to you by Alamaki Clayton Electric, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
When making up a to-do list, don't forget to include servicing your car at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Your car should have the best care, and Edie's will make sure of it. Stop in or call 964-2186 to make an appointment. Tires worn out? Well, Edie's can replace them. Need a tow? Call Edie's at 964-2186. Kay, Lynn, and Todd invite you to stop by and fill your car's tank with fuel at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Edie's open 7 a.m. Mondays through Saturdays.
Edco Tournament Softball is brought to you in part by Blooms Flowers Gifts and More in Edgewood, Edgewood Convalescent Home and Lincolnwood Assisted Living, Northeast Iowa Sub Drains in Strawberry Point, Thompson Construction and Monona Overhead Door, Meyer Collision and Service Center in Guttenberg, LTI & Sons Water Conditioning, your Connecticut dealer in Postville, TJ's Pizza in Monona and Claremont, Clayton County Recycling, and by Bruins and James Insurance, your Grinnell Mutual agent in Monona. This is KCTN Sports. Good evening, everybody. How you doing? Dan Barnes along with Coach Mike Sass. Welcome to Colesburg. And it is once again regional softball action tonight on KCTN. And it is Edgewood, Colesburg, and West Central. Winner of this ball game will advance to go to North Lynn on Friday night. Here we are, Coach Sass, with round two.
Yeah, Edco looked real sharp, especially pitching defensively in the first round, and they're going to look to keep that going.
Both these teams advanced with 2-0 victories. For West Central, they beat Keyhigh at New Albin by a final score of 2-0. We did the ball game here on Friday night with the Edco girls victorious over Starmont 2-0. Let's start first off for the visiting Blue Devils. They come in 6-23, but really played their best ball game of the year on Friday night.
Yeah, they played really well. That's a big win up at Lansing. I think he tied for second in the conference. Is that right? I know they're up there. But they played really well. Abby Squires did an amazing job on the mound. I think an 8-inning shutout, and they were able to get across enough runs to win that game.
And we mentioned that for Edco, they improved to 26-14, beating Starmont by a final score of 2-0. And Rachel Eckelceder was great on the mound for them.
Yeah, she just dominated that game. Starmont played pretty well, especially defensively in that game, but Rachel Eckelceder just too much on the mound for Edco.
We mentioned both the pitchers for these clubs tonight. Abby Squires this season has done the bulk of the throwing for West Central. 4-15 on the season, has thrown 99 innings, allowed 168 hits, 68 earned runs, walked 49 and struck out 51. Her ERA is 4.81, but again, she was sharp in that ball game, and a senior really stepped up for them.
Yeah, and talking to Coach Wild, she's had 3-4 games this year where she's really been special. That was one of the games. And they're going to need that out of her tonight again.
Rachel Eckelceder, and again, she's kind of 1A and 1B for Edco's pitching. Lily Boriski has done an outstanding job, another freshman as well, so Edco in great shape pitching-wise. But Eckelceder 14-7, 121 innings pitched, 97 hits, allowed 44 earned runs, walking 48, but striking out 164. So she averages over a strikeout an inning, and that's what she did the other night. Took care of more than half the outs.
Yeah, she's a dominant pitcher when she gets going. She throws hard. She's got a good rise ball, and she can really take over a game.
Let's talk about some of the individuals offensively. First off, for West Central, it's a team that doesn't have that great batting average. They were batting .238 as a team, but they actually have a freshman in Hannah Scott who leads them. 29 of 75 on the season, has 7 doubles and 20 RBIs. That's a good place to start.
Yeah, they're super young. Start 4 8th graders and a few freshmen. Abby Squires is the only senior. I don't think they have a junior, but they're going to need Hannah Scott's bat. Faith Steinbraun and Abby Squires are going to have to get on base in front of her and hope to drive in a couple runs.
Yeah, Abby Squires is 18 of 70. She's got a double and also 12 RBIs this season. Faith Steinbraun, 20 of 79. She has 3 doubles and a triple. And West Central, as far as base stealing wise, they are 48 of 53 on the season, but they know that's going to be a challenge tonight. Coach Wild talked about that. Probably more station to station tonight. Needless to say, they need a low-scoring ball game here to have the chance.
Yeah, they're going to need a game similar to the other night where they play really good defense, get a lot of pitching, and hopefully just scratch across a timely run here or there.
All right, let's update you on a baseball game in Class 2A. Waukon scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning to tie things up with MFL Marmac 6-6 going into extra innings in that ball game at New Hampton. We'll continue to keep you up to date, but that's an update. Now tied at 6 through 7 innings. We'll get back to that in just a bit, but let's turn our attention talking about the Edco Vikings. And this is a team that Audrey Helmrich leads them offensively, just short of 400, batting .397, 46 of 116, 10 doubles, 2 triples, a home run, 24 RBIs. Let's start there.
Yeah, she's their big bat for them. Does a great job at catcher as well, but she's their big bat. They get the Allis girl back tonight, so that'll be a big boost to their lineup as well.
She's batting over 300, 29 of 77. She has 6 doubles, 2 triples, and 14 RBIs. Another senior, I should say, in Reagan Stelkin, 34 of 106 with 5 doubles. So this is a team that some of their more experienced bats in their lineup, including Ellie Backenstedt as well. She's in double figures hit-wise this year. That's a good place to start when you still have seniors.
Yeah, seniors are big, and you don't see a lot of them in softball. You know, it's a tough sport to commit to for 5 years for a lot of these kids. So when you have them, it's nice to lean on them a little bit.
Where these teams have struggled from time to time is defensively. Edco has committed a total of 90 errors this season, so you're talking about that they're averaging 2.5 errors a ball game. West Central, on the other hand, has committed 123 errors, and that contributes to a 6-23 team. They've had just that one bad inning against some teams.
Yeah, Coach Wild talked about that. Extremely young, like we said. When you start 4 8th graders and then a couple freshmen on top of that, you're going to have some errors, and they're just going to have to try to limit those tonight.
And what do you see as keys in this ball game for Edco?
For Edco, I think you want to get a fast start and then just kind of let Rachel Eggleseder take over from there, get an early lead, and then kind of lean on her, I think.
Yeah, put all the pressure on West Central early in this ball game, because the longer West Central hangs around in this ball game, the more they believe they've got the opportunity. So if you're Edco, they are the much more aggressive team on the base paths. They have 76 steals on the season, 76 of 83. And again, they've got the catcher that can stop you from stealing, so that could be a factor in this ball game. I expect the Vikings to try to put a lot of pressure on West Central.
Yeah, I think so too. They're going to run. They're going to look to take extra bases, and West Central, like you mentioned earlier, is going to have to play more station to station. They want a low-scoring game, like you mentioned.
Our umpire, Glenn Schneider, is on the base paths, and Nick Robinson, actually Glenn Schneider is at home plate. Nick Robinson is on the base paths for this ball game. Let's run down the lineup. First off for the West Central Blue Devils. Faith Steinbraun, the shortstop, bats leadoff. Abby Squires, the pitcher, bats second. Hannah Scott is the catcher. She'll bat third. Sydney Teague, the first baseman, bats cleanup. Lily Idle is the right fielder. She'll bat fifth. Brooklyn Rose, the second baseman, bats in the number 6 spot. Journey Lockhart is the third baseman, batting 7th. Macy Talene, the center fielder, bats 8th. And Miranda Prickett is the left fielder, batting in the number 9 spot. They just use 9 players in their lineup. For Edgewood Colesburg now, Lily Buriski, the right fielder, bats leadoff. Claire Alvis, the shortstop, back in the lineup for Edco, batting second. Audrey Helmix, the catcher, bats third. Rachel Eckelsteeder is the pitcher. We mentioned batting averages. We should also point out that not only the job that Eckelsteeder does pitching-wise, but hitting-wise this year, batting .345 at 40 of 116 on the season as the cleanup hitter, the freshman. Reagan Stelkin, the first baseman, bats in the number 5 spot. Chloe Everett is the third baseman. She'll bat 6th. Marin Gall is the designated player in the lineup. She's batting in the number 7 position. Campbell Kirby, the left fielder, bats 8th. Ellie Bockenstedt, the center fielder, bats 9th. And Espen Jones is the second baseman. She is in the number 10 position in the lineup. So, in effect, Gall, the designated player, taking Jones' place in the lineup for Edgewood Colesburg. It is a beautiful night for softball. The wind has actually settled down a little bit here. It was blowing in hard from right field, but it's kind of a light breeze blowing in. It's still blowing in, but the sun is covered up by clouds right now. We will not start with the lights on, but I would think they'd be on in just a little bit. Game time temperature here at 74 degrees. It doesn't get much better for tournament ball.
No, beautiful, beautiful night, especially with that heat and humidity we've had the last couple days.
So when we return, opening pitch here from Colesburg with Edco and West Central. You've been listening to the On Deck Show from KCTN Sports.
Alpine Communications believes connected communities become thriving communities. We are the local telephone company that became a 21st century communications provider. Alpine provides internet, television, cellular security, and telephone too. We promise personal, timely, reliable service from people who live here. When you choose us, we all thrive. Connect with Alpine Communications today. Click alpinecom.net or call 563-245-4000.
Hey, Justin Birdnow here from Birdnow Chevrolet in Monona. I want to take a moment to wish all the local athletes good luck during their game. You have worked incredibly hard and it shows during each game. Myself and the entire Birdnow Chevrolet Monona team is wishing you all that you do your best and good luck.
Epic Wear. Get personalized clothing for your school, your team, family, friends, business, or any event. Epic Wear has a huge range of customizable apparel, trophies, and awards, and they offer free design help or design your own apparel at getepicwear.com. And you can even set up a free web store for your fundraiser. Make sure to check out the selection of Bulldog Spirit Wear and Iowa-themed items at the Monona location. Epic Wear, located in downtown Monona and Waukon. Call 563-539-2300 to place your order today.
Mom, yeah, put that on my to-do list. There is more and more on my to-do list every day. I can hardly keep up, and I have to make sure everyone is paid. But who has time for the bills?
You know who can help with that?
Who?
Elkader Tax and Bookkeeping. They not only do taxes, but specialize in bookkeeping services as well. Has your to-do list gotten too long? Want help? Give Elkader Tax and Bookkeeping a call at 563-245-2154.
Wilkie's in Elkader is Iowa's oldest family-owned grocery store. You'll find Wilkie's 2 blocks south of the Keystone Bridge in historic downtown Elkader. Stop in and enroll for a Wilkie's reward card and receive points every time you shop. Then log on to their website at wilkiesgrocery.com to view the weekly specials, check out your reward points, make out a shopping list, and more. Wilkie's in Elkader, open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. till 7 p.m.
Edco Tournament Softball is brought to you in part by G&J Land Solutions in Edgewood, Farmer Savings Bank of Colesburg, Elkford Garber, Strawberry Point, and Arlington, member FDIC, Guttenberg Municipal Hospital and Clinic. Check out career opportunities at guttenberghospital.org. Myers Auto Service in Monona, Rise and Shine Nutrition on West Bridge Street in Elkader, Norby's Farm Fleet in Northeast Iowa, and Rivals Inc. Custom gear, screen printing, embroidery, and online shopping at rivalsinc.com. Welcome back to Colesburg, ready to go here. As we mentioned, a beautiful summer night for tournament action. Faith Steinbron, Abby Squires, Hannah Scott to lead things off for West Central in the top of the first inning. For Edco, Campbell Kirby is in left field, Ellie Bockenstead in center, and Lily Boriski is in right field. Around the horn defensively, Chloe Everett at third, Claire Alvis at short, Aspen Jones at second, Reagan Stelkin over at first base, Audrey Helmrichs the catcher, and Rachel Eckelceder is on the mound. First pitch of the ball game from Eckelceder, it's a strike, and we are underway. Faith Steinbron, the shortstop, the leadoff hitter, 20 of 79 on the season, 3 doubles and a triple. Takes a pitch at the knees there, and the count is quickly 0-2. We know that Eckelceder dominated ahead on counts the other night.
Yeah, she's looking to just pick up where she left off.
0-2 pitch, rise ball that sailed away high, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Great crowd on hand here. If you look on the hillside, we've got people. The bleachers behind the backstop are covered. 1-2 pitch, called strike 3. Steinbron never lifted the bat off the shoulders. Takes a called strike 3 for the first out here in the top of the first.
Yep, Eckelceder just doing what she does, getting a quick strikeout there.
Abby Squires is up to bat, the lone senior on the team for West Central. 18 of 70 with a double, a triple, 12 RBIs, swings through the first pitch, and the count is 0-1. The sun has popped back out, a bit of shade in right field. Blue Devils, black bottoms, the blue top, as that ball followed up against the back, and it says Blue Devils across the front in blue with the white trim. And Edco wearing the black bottoms, the white tops with the Vikings there in black, and they have the yellow trim. And the count is 0-2 to Squires. So the 0-2 offering fouled back against the backstop. Squires, good cut at an 0-2 pitch that was inside. We are same place we were the other night, more towards right center field, not quite in the alley, but drifting over. We're shading towards center field from right field. 1-2 change up and swinging through a pitch down low as Squires. Dug out of their dirt by Helmrichs. She'll flip it down to Stelkin, and they'll record out there the strikeout at first base for out number 2. 2 up and 2 Ks here in the first.
Yeah, and Eckelceder looks good starting off this game.
Hannah Scott now up to bat. Scott, we mentioned a freshman, 29 of 75, 7 doubles of those 25 hits and 20 RBIs, batting .387. First pitch was a ball outside. The count is 1-0. West Central wants to cut the strikeouts down in this ball game, and the 1-0 pitch called strike in the inside. The count is 1-1. They know they have to put the ball into play.
Yeah, and first 2 batters, unfortunately, were unable to put it in play for the Blue Devils.
1-1 pitch to Scott. Swings right through an inside pitch. Couldn't get the arms extended, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. But Eckelceder here looking very sharp in this first inning, ahead on every batter. And now the 1-2 pitch, swinging right through it is Scott. So Eckelceder strikes out the side to start things at the top of the first inning as the Blue Devils go down in order. West Central, nothing. Edco coming up to bat.
While out and about, don't find yourself stuck at the side of the road. At Edgewood Auto and Tire, our trained technicians work on all autos, trucks, semis, and heavy duties. We offer premier alignment service and DOT inspections and carry all major lines of tires. Call or ask about our current tire rebates. If you're in a bind and need a tow, give Edgewood Auto and Tire a call at 563-928-7333. Available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We offer a mobile tire repair service to get you back up and going, either on your farm or on the road.
Broadband is more important and versatile than ever, and you no longer need a home phone to utilize Neat's fiber broadband service. Freedom plans are now available to all subscribers on Neat's fiber network in and around Farmersburg, Luena, Monona, Postville, and St. Olaf. With speeds up to 250 meg, Neat's managed Wi-Fi is also included at no additional cost. Call today for more information on Neat's new Freedom plans and enjoy reliable, super-fast broadband internet service from Neat. Call us at 539-2122 today to discuss which Freedom plan is best for you. Neat, connecting you now.
You work hard to make sure your family has everything they need. Life insurance from American Family Life Insurance Company can help financially protect your loved ones by replacing a portion of your income if you were to pass away. That means your family will have the help they need to maintain their quality of life and pursue their dreams. Get the peace of mind you deserve by protecting what matters most.
Contact Julie Depke, agent at 563-245-2366 today.
American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
So we go to the bottom of the first inning. Lily Boriski takes the first pitch for a ball. The count is 1-0. Boriski, Claire Alvis, Audrey Helmrich to lead things off here in the bottom of the first inning for Edgewood Colesburg. 1-0 pitch to Boriski. It's a rise ball that stays upstairs. The count is 1-0. Boriski, 29 of 114 with a double, 19 RBIs, but the leader stolen base-wise, that's why she's in that leadoff spot with 17 stolen bases on the season. And the count is 1-1. 1-1 pitch, called strike on the outside. It's 1-2. For the Blue Devils, Miranda Prickett is in left field. Mary Talene in center field. Lily Idle is in right field. And the count is a ball and a strike. We'll go around the horn defensively in a second. 1-1 pitch. That's a called strike. Nice inside corner. And the count goes to 1-2. Journey Lockhart at third base. Faith Steinbrunn at short. Brooklyn Rose at second. Sydney Teague is at first base for the Blue Devils. Hannah Scott, the catcher. And Abby Squires, the senior, on the mound for West Central. 1-2 pitch. Bouncing ball. Shortstop charging it is Steinbrunn. Bobbles it. Does not come up with it cleanly. And there's no play. An error charged on the play as Steinbrunn had the ball hit hard to her, did the right thing, charging it, just couldn't pick it up, and the leadoff runner on for the Vikings.
Yeah, just came up with an empty glove there. Not a great start for the Blue Devils here.
Claire Alvis is up to bat. Alvis, 29 of 77, 6 doubles, 2 triples, and 14 RBIs. Off and running and taking the first pitch is Alvis, and swiping second base with a throw down there is Boriski. The throw to the second base side had no chance to get Boriski as she had a tremendous jump. Steinbrunn covering the bag, but the Vikings have a runner in scoring position and nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. And to the first 1-0 pitch, bouncing ball, second baseman going over towards second base, fielding it is Rose, and she'll have to eat it, keep it in the infield because of the speed of Alvis. Alvis legged down that slow roller that got by the mound that gave her the chance. There's runners on the corners and nobody out for Edco here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, dream start for Edco and nightmare start for West Central.
Audrey Helmrich is their leading hitter. Now up to bat. 46 of 116 on the season. 10 doubles, 2 triples, and a home run. Off and running on the pitch is Alvis. There is not a throw down. They'll concede the bag as Scott fires the ball back to Squires. So you've got your best hitter in an RBI situation here. Alvis with 24 RBIs on the season. And 2 in scoring position and nobody out. Takes a called strike on the outside. The count is 1-1. She leads Edco in RBIs this year with 24. They've got a couple of players with some nice RBI numbers, including Boriski from the leadoff spot with 19. 1-1 pitch fouled over the backstop, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. End of the 8th inning now. MFL Marmac and Waukon are still tied at 6 in that baseball tournament game at New Hampton. So we'll continue to keep you up to date on that ball game. Meanwhile, the 1-2 pitch, Helmrich lifts a high fly ball straight away center field. Calling for it is Talene, makes the catch, and Boriski hesitated from third. As coming in was Talene, it was mid-range as far as the fly ball, but Boriski holds at third. Helmrich flies out for a big out number 1 here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, huge out for the Blue Devils there. I thought they might send Boriski. She's got good speed, but they elected to hold her there.
And coming in to make the play was Talene, so her momentum was going to the infield. Rachel Eckelstein Cedar. First pitch will say high fly ball. This is towards right center field. It is caught by Talene. They will now tag up Beriski. The throw comes back into the infield where it's cut off by the pitcher Squires, but Rachel Eckelceder flies out to a little bit of a deeper part of the park in right center field. Beriski trots in from third, and the Vikings strike first, leading 1-0.
Yeah, just a little bit deeper and deep enough to score Beriski fairly easily on that one.
So that is a sacrifice fly RBI for Rachel Eckelceder. And Eckelceder, again, has been a 300-plus hitter this season. 345 at 40 of 116. Here's a pop-up. Foul territory. Scott, the catcher, looks at it, but that'll make it up on the hillside there by the concession stand on that mini hill. Reagan Stelkin up to bat, swinging at the first pitch, and the count is 0-1. Stelkin this season, 34 of 106, 5 doubles among those hits. And the pitch there, 0-1 pitch is away, and the count is 1-1. If the Blue Devils get out of this with only 1 run, it's probably considered a win.
I think they'd be happy the way they started with the first 2 runners getting to second, third with no outs.
And to the 1-1 pitch, and that ball's looped into right center field, actually left center field, and coming over is Talene, reaches for it, but it's just out of her reach. Hit off the end of the glove, but it's a base hit for Stelkin and an RBI. It is 2-0, as scoring from second base is Alvis, and the Vikings manufacturing a run with 2 outs.
Just out of Talene's reach there. Did a nice job covering ground, but just couldn't quite get it.
So Chloe Everett is now up to bat. Chloe Everett, 17 of 52 on the season. And Stelkin with a 2-out base hit. So Eckelceder, a sacrifice fly RBI, Stelkin with a base hit, and the Vikings have put up 2 here in the bottom of the first inning. And Squires works here to the number 6 spot in the lineup. First pitch, that's a ball outside. The count is 1-0. Edco putting the ball into play and putting some pressure on West Central's resulted in a couple of runs here in the first. 1-0 pitch, and that ball fouled up against the backstop, and the count goes to a ball and a strike. Tell me a little bit about Squires on the mound.
Great kid. Good athlete. I coached her in golf this year. Kind of a natural golfer. It was her first year out for golf, and she advanced to the second round, and just a really neat kid and a good athlete.
A ball and a strike, was sharp in the ball game against Keyhigh the other night. 1-1 pitch, and that ball looped into right field. It's going to hit the edge of the infield. It's a base hit. Stelkin will advance to third as the throw comes into the infield. Everett has the 3rd hit of the inning, and there's runners on the corners for Edco now with 2 outs here in the first.
Yeah, not especially hard hit, but just looped it into no man's land there behind first base.
Marin Gall is up to bat. Gall, by the way, an outstanding average. 22 of 83 on the season. 4 doubles, a triple, 3 home runs, leads the Vikings in that category, and has 15 RBIs. First pitch there, it's outside. They send the runner to second base. They immediately throw it back to the mound. So Everett advances to second. There is 2 in scoring position with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. Vikings already leading 2-0.
Yeah, they need this 3rd out.
And the pitch to Gall, and Gall takes a good, healthy cut on an inside pitch at the knees. Could not get extended, and the count goes to 1-1. Edco, good start here in the bottom of the first inning for the Vikings, putting up a crooked number in the bottom of the first. And again, 1-1 is the count. 1-1 pitch, rise ball that stayed upstairs. The count is 2-1. Squires doesn't throw overly hard, but throws with decent velocity.
Yeah. She's not the hardest pitcher we've seen, but she gets it up there.
2 balls and a strike to Gall. Gall takes a pitch at the knees. It's inside, and it catches the inside corner for a strike. So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes evened up. Our home plate umpire tonight in Glenn Schneider doesn't quite have the deliberate strike call that some umpires have. 2-2 pitch to Gall in the dirt, and a nice block there by Scott getting down on the knees as that ball bounced in front of the plate. Count goes to full at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Did a nice job, probably saved a run there.
Gall, the 7th batter at the plate this inning for Edco in the bottom of the first, and a chance to add on more. The 3-2 pitch, and Gall lifts a high fly ball. This is deep center field. Talene going back, calls for it, makes the play, backpedaling in center field for the 3rd out of the inning. But for the Vikings, 2 runs, 3 hits. They strand 2 in scoring position. We've played 1 inning. 2-0, Edco the early lead.
The doctors and staff at Family Dentistry of Monona encourage everyone to get out and support your local high school baseball and softball teams this summer. It's always a great time to watch a ball game and enjoy the weather at your local high school ball diamonds. Dr. Mark Bowie, Dr. Jessica Wilkie, and Dr. Courtney Wicken strongly encourage all of these area athletes to wear athletic mouthguards while on the playing field to protect their great smiles. That's Family Dentistry of Monona, 602 Tower Street, 539-4651.
Edco Tournament Softball is brought to you in part by Ray's Excavating, Little Bit of Country Stove and Fireplaces, Silver Edge Cooperative in Edgewood, Strawberry Point, and Delhi, James Rochard and Brandon Mather, agents for Community Insurance of Iowa in Edgewood, Culligan Water Conditioning in Elkader, the Lowena Savings Bank, member FDIC, Fisk Farm and Home in Monona, Cresco, and Decorah, Carr Auto Group, Bacon Concrete in Postville, Furniture Showcase in Oldvine, and RGK Portable Building, serving Northeast Iowa and Southwest Wisconsin. Top of the second inning, Sydney Teague, Lily Idell, and then Brooklyn Rose to lead things off. First pitch, a strike there to Teague. 0-1 pitch, swings on the inside, and the count goes to 0-2. As far as batting average-wise this year, Teague is batting, if we look through the stats, is 12 of 44 on the season. And the 0-2 pitch swings right through the inside pitch. Fourth strikeout by Eccleseder, and it's quickly 1 up and 1 down here in the second inning as Eccleseder dominating the hitters in the early part of this game.
Yeah, the Blue Devils are going to have to find a way to get the bat on the ball here. Eccleseder's just working it.
Brings up now here Lily Idell. And Idell is 16 of 66 with a double and a triple. First pitch is a strike. The count is 0-1. So MFL Marmac and Waukon baseball tied at 6 rather. They're in the 9th inning, so they're through 8. The 0-1 pitch to Idell, and the count is a strike, and the count is now quickly 0-2. Eccleseder quickly gets the ball back and quickly set to deliver. The 0-2 pitch swings right through the inside pitch there. Idell does. That's the 5th strikeout in a row. So it's 2 quick outs here in the top of the second inning. And I don't think she's thrown 2 balls to a batter yet, has she?
No, 2 balls the entire game, as a matter of fact. Working on an immaculate inning here right now.
And Brooklyn Rose is up to bat. And she is 2 for 6. There's a strike on the outside. The count is 0-1. I saw a Major League Baseball game that had 3 outs on 3 pitches yesterday involving the Mariners and Giants. And the 0-1 pitch swinging right through it there is Rose, and the count is 0-2. But 3 strikeouts in 9 pitches, an immaculate inning is what she's close to. And here is now the 0-2 pitch. It's a rise ball, but swinging right through it is Rose. It was out of the strike zone. Couldn't climb the ladder. 6 up, 6 Ks. Blue Devils go down in order. 2-0. Edco, the early lead.
We know that potential is greatly enhanced through hard work and dedication. At Viafield Cooperatives, we promise to provide innovative products and dependable service to help you meet and exceed your potential. From agronomy to energy, grain to feed, Viafield is excited to provide growing opportunities for both producers and consumers at 18 locations throughout northern Iowa and southern Minnesota. Want to learn more about Viafield? Go to viafield.com. Viafield is a proud supporter of our local student athletes.
People's State Bank is locally owned and locally managed with 20 convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology, we're it. As a community bank, we're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, community-minded, just like you. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
So we go to the bottom of the second inning. 2-0 Edco in the lead. It'll be Campbell Kirby, Ellie Bockenstedt, then the top of the lineup with Lily Boriski to lead things off here in the bottom of the second inning and a 2-0 lead. The number 8 hitter, Campbell Kirby, the left fielder, 22 of 102 on the season, has 10 RBIs and 2 doubles among those 22 hits. Took the first pitch for a ball. The count is 1-0. So Rachel Eccleseder with the immaculate inning in the top of the second. And the pitch upstairs and away, and the count goes to 2-0 to Kirby.
Yeah, but pretty impressive, pretty dominating there by Eccleseder.
Been 6 up and 6 strikeouts to start this ball game. So a ball yet to be put off the fence even, or the backstop on a foul tick.
I think we had 1 foul.
Did we have a foul tick?
I think Abby Squires fouled 1.
2-0 pitch. That pitch is outside, and the count goes to 3-0. So 2-0, Vikings in the lead. Squires delivers the 3-0 pitch. Taking all the way is Kirby. As a matter of fact, she kind of bluffed as if she was going to bunt to start the at-bat, but pulled things back, took it for a strike. The count is 3-1. So Squires trying to come back. 3-1 pitch. This is popped up. This is a tough play, though. Shallow part of the infield and going back actually to the deeper part, the edge of the grass, and calling for it is the second baseman Steinbron, who drifts into the early part of center field and able to call for it, makes the play for out number 1. And good job by Steinbron covering some ground on that pop-up.
I think it was Brooklyn Rose, the second baseman.
It was Brooklyn Rose. Faced Steinbron, the shortstop. Good catch on that.
Yep. Great job there. Great range.
Ellie Bockenstedt now up to bat. Took the first pitch for a ball. Bockenstedt, 15 of 79 on the season. Thought originally there that ball was going to carry a little bit further, that maybe the center fielder Talene would get a shot. And this ball's lined into center field. That's a base hit. Similar to that last hit right there, but that one more of a line drive. That is the 4th hit for Edco in a 1-out single by Ellie Bockenstedt here in the second.
Yeah, that one just not quite as looping and got down a little quicker, and nice clean base hit there for Bockenstedt.
Lily Buriski is now up to bat. Buriski was safe on an air and scored the first run. So back-to-back innings, Edco sends their leadoff runner to the plate. Bluffing to bunt is Buriski, often trying to steal second base is Bockenstedt. The throw was there, but goes off the glove of the shortstop Steinbrunn covering the bag, and sliding in safe at second base is going to be the runner Bockenstedt. And Bockenstedt went to third base there, thinking, was she out at first?
I think that's what she thought, because the ball beat her she could see the ball beating her there.
Yeah, the ball was there, but it went off the glove of Steinbrunn, so Bockenstedt took off, but there was already stoppage of play by the umpire.
Yeah.
Our home plate umpire was cleaning home plate, so there was time called.
And the ball was in the circle as well.
Yeah,
But she thought she was out. She was jogging to the dugout.
And there's 1 out, and Buriski took the first pitch for a ball. That's a strike at the knees, and the count is 1-1. We'll have updates on some games tonight. As far as softball, Clayton Ridge is at Lisbon. We'll have an update on that ball game. And also in baseball tonight, hopefully get you a Clayton Ridge Central Cascade score. 1-1 pitch, that's a strike on the outside, and Buriski finds herself in a 1-2 count. So Bockenstedt at second, 1 out, bottom of the second inning. Vikings lead by a score of 2-0. Abby Squires continuing in her second inning of work. 1-2 pitch to Buriski. Swings right through a pitch low below the knees. Could not get to it. Strikeout number 1 for Squires, and it's out number 2 here in the second.
Yeah, great job by Squires. Just throwing hard down at the knees and gets a good, easy strikeout there.
Brings up Claire Alvis, the shortstop. Alvis singled and scored. So Buriski and Alvis, the top 2 batters, were on in the bottom of the first inning. Here's a pitch that scoots by the catcher in Scotts, and that will go to the backstop, and Bockenstedt will be allowed to go to third. That'll be a pass ball charged on the catcher, and now you've got another runner 60 feet away at third base for Edco with 2 outs.
Yeah, and they really can't afford to give Edco any more runs here.
Alvis takes a pitch in the dirt, and a good job by Scott. Same location that last pitch was, but this time a better job getting that body down, keeping it low. And Alvis looking at a 2-0 count. So 2-0. Helmrich's on deck, so West Central wants the out right here. 2-0 pitch, taking the outside pitch is Alvis. A pitch there about letter level, but the upper part of the strike zone caught it. And the count goes to 2 balls and a strike. So Squires back on the mound. 2-1 pitch, and Alvis lines that ball into center field. That's a base hit. Scoring from third is Bockenstedt. Alvis now 2 for 2, and 3-0. Vikings in the lead here in the second.
Yeah, that thing was laced up the middle. That was a good hard hit ball there.
And again, behind on the count, so got a good pitch to hit at 2-1. So they've scored 2 in the first, 1 here in the second. Audrey Helmrichs is up to bat. Helmrichs flew out to center field her last at bat. 3 runs seems like a big margin in this game. First pitch to Helmrichs, takes it, and that pitch is high, and the count is 1-0. If you're talking about Alvis looking to be on the move again, she is 8 of 9 stolen base-wise this year. Helmrichs, I think they want to give her every opportunity.
You don't want to take the bat out of her hands here.
1-0 is the count to Helmrich. She takes that pitch upstairs. The count is 2-0.
And they had was it Bockenstedt thrown out there? If they could have completed the play there earlier, so they know Scott can throw it down.
It ends up being a tough error on that play at second base off the glove of Steinbron. 2-0 pitch, taking an outside pitch, wasn't to Helmrich's liking, despite the fact the count was 2-0. Took it outside for a strike, and the count goes to 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, she's still ahead. She can still pick what she likes here.
2 balls and a strike. Helmrich's roped one into the corner the other night. That Billy Joe Schlieder for Starmont made a nice catch in the far left corner to rob her of extra bases. 2-1 pitch is low there, and the count goes to 3-1. She's still looking at a good count to hit here. 3 balls and a strike. And Squires now, the 3-1 pitch to Helmrich's bouncing ball. That's out of the reach of the shortstop Steinbron. That'll go into left field. Alvis stops at second. Helmrichs has the third hit of the inning. There's runners on second and first with 2 outs, and Rachel Eckelceder is up to bat. Eckelceder with a sacrifice fly RBI. Time taken here as Helmrichs will be replaced by a courtesy runner, and that will be number 7, Caitlin Hahn. Hahn will be the courtesy runner for the catcher Helmrichs. So with 2 outs, Alvis at second, Helmrichs at first base, and Rachel Eckelceder, who drove in a run her last at-bat, has a chance to help herself out here in the second inning again. Time taken by our home plate umpire. For the second time this inning, he's had to clean home plate, despite the fact that we've only had just a 1-run cross home plate.
Yeah.
So Eckelceder waits to step into the batter's box. Everybody is now set. Good effort by Steinbron trying to get to a hard hit ground ball, but she would have been smothered trying to get that one. Here's a high pop-up in the edge of the infield. Second baseman coming over, drifting towards the line is Rose. Calls for it, makes the play. Eckelceder pops up on the first pitch there, and that does it for Edco. But they pick up a run, 3 hits. They strand 2. We've played 2. 3-0, Edco in the lead.
This is Beth from Sodes Green Acre, Country Market and Cafe in Guttenberg. Are you headed to the Mississippi this weekend? Stop into Sodes Green Acre. You'll find some yummy snacks, heat and serve entrees, seafood, Edgewood Locker meats, and a huge selection of spirits, wine, and craft beer from Iowa distilleries, vineyards, and breweries. Whether you're stocking the fridge at the cabin, taking it with you on the boat, or looking for some fun gift ideas, you'll find a taste of Iowa at Sodes Green Acre in Guttenberg. Find us on Facebook to find out more, because Sodes is more than just a store.
Edco Tournament Softball is brought to you in part by Hill Country Convenience Store, Every's Auto and Tire in Colesburg, Citizen State Bank of Monticello, Hopkinton, Ryan, Manchester, Winthrop, Strawberry Point, and New Vienna, member FDIC and equal housing lender. Welchland Motors in Edgewood, Ethan Kane Construction. If it don't drain, call Ethan Kane. T&K Cahoon, your Napa dealer in Monona. Sinoluf Ag Sales and Service. Grow Logs and Lumber in Elkader. Timber is a crop. Harvest wisely. And Dean Family Chiropractic in Claremont. So now in the top of the third inning, 3-0 Edco in the lead. Journey Lockhart along with Macy Talene and Miranda Prickett, 7-8-9 to lead things off. First pitch to Lockhart. It's a strike. The count is 0-1. Lockhart is 3 of 23 on the season. And another one of those young kids, an 8th grader, fouls that one up against the backstop there, and the count is 0-2. So the Blue Devils knew that, again, they didn't want to see 10 Ks in this ballgame. Felt like they had to put the ball into play, and it's been 6 up and 6 strikeouts recorded so far for Edco.
Yeah, they're just not able to get the bat on it right now.
0-2 pitch. There's a rise ball away. The count is 1-2. And the one thing that I think we're seeing from Eckelceder is she is in attack mode here, not trying to mess around, hit this spot there. Right now, it's just overpowering hitters.
Yeah, I think she knows she can throw it by him, and that's what she's doing.
1-2 pitch. Here's a bouncing ball foul, as behind on that was Lockhart, and Lockhart will get another opportunity. So she had a 9-pitch inning last inning, but Lockhart making her work here with a count of ball and 2 strikes. Winner of this ball game goes to North Lynn. On Friday night, North Lynn is taking on Turkey Valley tonight. There's a changeup. First changeup we've seen, I believe, from Eckelceder. That's low and inside, and the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. That's a pitch she continues to develop, and as hard as she throws, that will be a difference maker.
Yeah, if she can develop that over the next couple of years, look out.
2-2 pitch, and Lockhart, good cut. Hit it up against the backstop towards the West Central dugout at the first base side. We'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Journey Lockhart really fighting here.
MFL Marmac won by a final score of 7-6 in 9 innings. And here's a ball that is fouled back. The count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. So MFL Marmac will play on Saturday night, and they will await the winner of Osage and New Hampton. And that is the second game there at New Hampton tonight. Pitch, rise ball, trying to check her swing was Lockhart. It was out of the strike zone, couldn't get to it. Strikeout number 7 by Eckelceder, and it's out number 1 here in the top of the third.
At least Journey Lockhart made her work a little bit for that one.
Macy Talene is up to bat, 9 of 41 on the season. And the number 8 hitter in the West Central lineup. Pitch there, takes a good cut on the inside pitch. The count is 0-1. Yeah, Lockhart, that was a really good quality at bat. Even though she came up empty there, had worked hard putting the ball, staying alive there.
Yep, couple balls, three fouls.
West Central has talked about maybe we need to put some bunts down as Coach Rose takes time out for just a second. And I believe we have an equipment problem is what we have with this hitter in Talene. But the third baseman, Chloe Everett, went over to mention something to Eckelceder during that timeout as well. So Edco took a mini timeout at the circle. 0-1 pitch there inside, missing on the inside, and the count is 1-1. So MFL Marmac blew a 3-run lead in the 7th inning, but recovers to win in 9. And that is their 19th win of the season. And here is a 1-2, or actually the count is 1-1. That's a strike on the inside. Now the count is 1-2. She couldn't get extended on that 1-2 pitch.
So you just wonder how much pitching MFL Marmac used in that. I know they're deep there, but
1-2 pitch, swinging right through it is Talene. That is 8 strikeouts in a row by Eckelceder and 2 outs here in the 3rd inning. So she continues to mow through hitters here in the mid part of this game. Miranda Pickett, the left fielder, is up to bat. Pickett, the number 9 hitter in the lineup, Prickett, I should say, is 11 of 43 on the season. Takes that pitch inside. The count is 1-0. So this is where West Central, 4 8th graders, only have 1 senior in the starting lineup tonight. No juniors in the starting lineup tonight.
yeah, they're extremely young.
And the pitch there is high, and the count goes to 2-0. So Prickett is behind on the count at 2-0. But a large number of 8th grade kids.
Yeah, good 8th grade group out.
And the 2-0 pitch brings that one to the knees. In the inside corner, it's a strike. And the count goes to 2 balls and a strike. So 2-1, 2 outs, top of the 3rd inning. 3-0, Edco in the lead. And here is your 2-1 pitch. Swinging through it again is Prickett. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Blue Devils have thought about maybe trying to bunt in this ball game. But the first time through, we have not seen that through the lineup. 2-2 pitch to Prickett. Called strike 3 in the inside. Prickett caught looking. She's perfect through 9. And that's 9 strikeouts. No runs, no hits, leaving nobody. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. It is once again 3-0 Edco in the lead.
This is Chris Holbert, General Manager of Hall Roberts Son Incorporated in Postville. We would like to wish the area student athletes both a safe and successful sports season. We have been a community-based company since 1864, servicing and supporting the area ag industry with products necessary for daily success. We look forward to continuing to serve and support both the ag industry and high school athletes in our surrounding communities. Thank you and good luck from the families at Hall Roberts Son.
Stronger, farther, faster. It all starts with good nutrition. Clayton County Farm Bureau is proud of our livestock farmers who provide high-quality protein needed to fuel our young athletes. The ultimate pre- and post-game fuel-up can be found in meat and dairy foods grown right here. Meat and dairy are natural sources of essential vitamins that support health, energy, and performance. We know our student athletes are the real deal, and Iowa's livestock farmers are committed to helping them reach their goals. To learn more, visit Real Farmers, Real Food, RealMeat.com.
So bottom of the 3rd inning, it once again is 3-0 Edco in the lead. Reagan Stelkin, Chloe Everett, Marin Gall to lead things off here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Vikings have 3 runs, 6 hits. They've not committed an error. West Central has no runs, no hits, and they've committed 2 errors early in this ballgame. First pitch to Stelkin, away and high. The count is 1-0. Stelkin singled in a run as part of that 2-run first inning. It's a bouncing ball. That's between short and third. It's a leadoff single into left field. Reagan Stelkin now 2 for 2. 7th hit for the Vikings in the leadoff runner on here in the bottom of the 3rd.
Yeah, they're starting to hit the ball a little bit harder now.
And Chloe Everett is now up to bat. Everett is the number 6 hitter in the lineup. Singled her last at-bat. The Stelkin here will actually have a pinch runner coming in for her. So Stelkin being pinch run for, and that is Lauren Kirby, number 23. So Kirby, and this is a pinch runner. This is not a courtesy runner because Stelkin is the first baseman. So this is a pinch runner in that situation. So time taken as our home plate umpire reports that to both books. And if it was a courtesy runner, that'd be simple. That's easier to make. But this is a lineup move.
Yep.
And I would think that you would see Stelkin re-enter
I imagine
the top half of the inning. First pitch to Everett. It's a strike. The count is 0-1. So a leadoff runner on, bottom of the 3rd inning, and a 3-0 lead. We expect to get you a Clayton Ridge Lisbon update in just a bit. That pitch 0-1 was upstairs, and the count goes to a ball and a strike. We have to kind of look around to see the balls and strikes here at the Welterlin Motors scoreboard they have out here in right center field. We're standing in front of it. And the 1-1 pitch to Stelkin in the dirt. Nice job by Scott again. That was a pitch downstairs, able to keep it in front. And it's now 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, she's done a nice job smothering those low pitches.
Edco has had runners on every inning, but they stranded 2 in the first, and that was on second and third. And this ball's lined into center field, and that's a base hit. They'll go station to station. Kirby stops at second base. Everett has her second hit, the 8th hit for the Vikings, and there's 2 on and nobody out here in the bottom of the third.
Yeah, the Blue Devils have to get some outs here, otherwise floodgates are going to open.
Yeah, like we mentioned, 3 runs already is a big lead. Marin Gall flew out to center fielder last at-bat, so they're second and first. There is nobody out. West Central getting towards the bottom of the Edco lineup. Gall is the number 7 hitter, and Gall takes the first pitch inside. The count is 1-0. Gall, again, hit a towering fly ball to center fielder last at-bat. So 8 hits in this ball game for the Vikings, and there's still nobody out in the bottom of the third inning. They've spread them hits around the lineup. 1-0 pitch to Gall, takes a good cut, got a piece of it, follows it up on the ground into the backstop, and the count goes to 0-2. As a matter of fact, of those 8 hits, they have been from 6 different players in their lineup, actually.
Yeah, they're doing a nice job hitting up and down here.
So Gall, with a 1-1 count, takes the pitch upstairs and called strike 3. Correction, the count was 1-2. She thought it was a bit high. Gall takes it inside, the second strikeout for Squires, and it's out number 1 here in the bottom of the third.
Yeah, needed that. Big first out here in the third inning.
So was the count 0-2?
I think it was 0-2. The first one was a late call, but I think he did call that first pitch a strike.
Campbell Kirby now up to bat, a late check swing and fouls it up the first base side, and that'll land in front of the West Central dugout, and it's a foul ball. The count is 0-1. Campbell Kirby popped out to second her last at-bat. So that is one bad thing about having the balls and strikes behind us at the scoreboard, is that's the first time we've been off rhythm tonight. 0-1 pitch to Kirby, squares to bunt and pops it up, and it is foul, and that was a pitch that was above her eyes, and she really just stabbed at it, and fortunate to get a piece of it. Fortunate also to not just pop it straight up.
Yeah, Scott did a really nice job jumping out and almost catching that thing in the back there.
So the count is 0-2. It went over the head of Scott. So the 0-2 pitch to Kirby takes it low and outside, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. So Kirby, and you could see even going after that high pitch, went after it late on that bunt attempt. So it's now a ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch, hits a bouncing ball. Shortstop Steinbron goes to third base. They'll get the force out there. Covering the bag was Lockhart. Heads up play by Steinbron. Heading in that direction to the 5.5 hole. Flipped it over there where Kirby is retired for out number 2. So Campbell Kirby, and that was Lauren Kirby that was retired at third base. Chloe Everett advanced to second. Campbell Kirby safe on the fielder's choice. Ellie Bockenstedt up to bat. Bockenstedt singled and scored. Second and first, now with 2 outs. First pitch downstairs, the count is 1-0. So Edco has been threatening to really grab control of this game. But if West Central gets out of this, they'll be content to have it be no worse than 3-0 to the mid stages. Here's a bouncing ball. That's into left field. That's a base hit, and it goes underneath the legs of the left fielder Prickett. It's going to clear the bases. Scoring all the way from first base is Everett. That's Bockenstedt. She'll go to third base standing up there. A base hit in RBI. 2 base air leads to another run, and it is 5-0 Vikings in the lead here in the third.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Prickett just didn't quite get her glove all the way to the ground and let a few runs score. And I don't think Edco probably would have scored if she would have fielded that cleanly. It was hard hit right at her. I don't think they would have been able to send the runner.
I think
from
Everett
second.
stays at third, and Coach Wild immediately taking time out here to bring the infield in a good time out here. I know it's 5-0, but let's stop the damage. There's a runner at third base, and the top of the lineup is up to bat with Lily Boriski. Boriski is 1 for 2. Safe on an error, stole a base and scored a run, and also struck out. But 3 innings in a row, Edco has had their leadoff hitter up.
Yep, and you've got a young team here, so good teaching moment here by Coach Wild. Bring the infield together and kind of go through situations and keep their heads up and get this third out.
So 5-0, Edco in the lead. They have continued to put pressure on West Central through their first 3 at-bats. And Boriski, top of the lineup. First pitch follows it up the top of the screen, top of the backstop area, and the count goes to 0-1. So this is something that Edco really never got the chance to do the other night against Starmont. Put pressure on them.
Yeah, and credit to Starmont. You know, they did have a couple errors, but nothing real big that just killed them.
And pitch to Brisky downstairs. Good job by Scott, because dancing down the line there was Bockenstedt, and Bockenstedt has to head on back to third base. So 5-0 here. 2 runs in the bottom of the third inning. Edco has scored 2 in the first, 1 in the second, and now here 2 in the third. And a pitch downstairs in the dirt, and Scott bounces it in front of the plate, keeps it near, and it's 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, I know I just said this, but she's doing a real nice job on those low pitches, keeping them in front of her.
And the 2-1 pitch to Brisky. It's upstairs. The count goes to 3-1. Edco left 2 runners on in the first and second innings, so they aren't going to leave a small village on through 3 innings anyway. Brisky swings through a low pitch inside, has problem getting to that inside pitch, missed it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I think if you are Squires, you look to work that pitch same spot.
I think so. It's a good
inside
location.
inside location. 2-2 pitch to Brisky, and she's able to pop that one up. Second baseman calling for it. Rose between the line of first and second base, calls for it, makes the play for the third out of the inning. But for the Vikings, 2 runs, 3 hits. They leave a runner at third. We've played 3, 5-0. Edco in the lead.
Join Freedom Bank in supporting our local students and their after-school activities. They are the building blocks to a brighter future for everyone. Whether cheering them on from the stands or participating in community programs, you'll always find Freedom Bank rooting for the home team in Elkader, Monona, Postville, Waukon, Decorah, and the surrounding communities. We empower success. Member FDIC.
Edco Tournament Softball is brought to you in part by Bloom's Flowers, Gifts and More in Edgewood, Edgewood Convalescent Home and Lincolnwood Assisted Living, Northeast Iowa Sub Drains in Strawberry Point, Thompson Construction and Monona Overhead Door, Meyer Collision and Service Center in Guttenberg, LTI & Sons Water Conditioning, your Connecticut dealer in Postville, TJ's Pizza in Monona and Claremont, Clayton County Recycling, and by Bruins and James Insurance, your Grinnell Mutual agent in Monona. This is KCTN Sports. Top of the 4th inning, 5-0. Edco in the lead. Another softball score. Lisbon leads Clayton Ridge 10-0 in the top of the 3rd inning. Meanwhile, West Central's second time through the lineup. Faith Steinbron, Abby Squires, Hannah Scott to lead things off here. It's been 9 up and 9 strikeouts for Rachel Eckelceder through 3 innings. Steinbron takes the first pitch. That's a strike in the inside. The count is 0-1. So Edco has 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors. West Central, no runs, no hits. They have committed 3 errors. 0-1 pitch, Steinbron, inside pitch, couldn't get the hands extended again, and the count goes to 0-2. So let's see if the Blue Devils, second time through the lineup, maybe a little more success.
That's what I was thinking, too. They've all had a chance to see Eckelceder first person. Let's see if it makes a difference.
0-2 pitch, called strike 3 on the inside. Steinbron caught looking. That is the 10th strikeout recorded by Eckelceder, and it's out number 1 here in the 4th.
That's pretty impressive. I'm sure it's happened, but I've never witnessed a game where someone has started the game with this many strikeouts.
Abby Squires is now up to bat. Squires took that first pitch for a ball, and the count is 1-0. So Abby Squires is the lone senior in the West Central lineup. And the first pitch, 1-0, hit the bouncing ball right back to the mound. Eckelceder, first ball put in play by West Central. One hopper back to the mound for Eckelceder, who's still taking care of all 11 outs now, with the ground out back to the mound for out number 2.
Yep, she had to throw an overhand there is about the only difference. But 10 straight strikeouts to start the game. That was impressive.
Hannah Scott now up to bat. Scott, a strikeout victim. So Squires put the ball in play. Swinging through a pitch upstairs is Scott. The count is 0-1. It's just so hard to duplicate this type of pitching.
Yeah.
You know, when West Central hasn't seen it a lot this year.
Right. I think they probably haven't seen it in conference at all, maybe a couple times out of conference, but pretty rare.
0-1 is the count. And the 0-1 pitch, here's a bouncing ball. Shortstop fielding it there is Alvis. And a good low throw there by Stelkin, able to catch it off the shoes for the third out of the inning. So some positive for the Blue Devils. Put the ball into play, though they go down in order. Halfway through this one, 5-0 is our score. Edco in the lead. Hey sports fans, take a time out and call Garms Financial Services. Their team of agents can show you how to save money on all your insurance needs with Grinnell Mutual. Whether you need auto, home, farm, crop, or business insurance, Garms Financial Services has you covered. You'll also receive quality protection, expert advice, and local friendly service. Call Brian Bugenhagen, Cheryl Wagner, Emily Bazin, or Kayla Olson today for a free competitive quote. Garms Financial Services in Elkader, your trusted choice agency.
When I started out in the car business, my dad gave me some good advice. Hi, it's Forrest Brown with the Browns family of dealerships. What my dad told me is when you sell someone their first car, you need a good sales department. But if you expect to sell them their second, third, and fourth car, you better have a great service department. Visit any one of the Browns family of dealerships in Guttenberg, Elkader, West Branch, or Victory Ford in Dyersville and find out why Browns is your hometown dealer, no matter where your hometown may be.
So we go to the bottom of the fourth inning, and it is 5-0 Edco in the lead. Claire Alvis to lead things off, followed by Audrey Helmrich, Rachel Eckelceder. Blue Devils don't have a hit, but their top two hitters just put the ball into play, and that's a positive.
Yeah, so some positives. They're getting the bat on it now. Again, second time through. That usually does help once you've seen the pitcher once. Helps you get your timing a little bit better, know what to expect, and they put it in play. Now they've still got a little ways to go to score some runs, but they're going in the right direction at least.
So Claire Alvis, 2 for 2, singled and scored in the first inning, singled in a run in the second inning, takes the pitch outside. The count is 1-0. So we mentioned this is an Edco team that has taken a step forward this year. I mean, and they knew they had the pitching, and Boriski has added to that. And there's a pitch in the inside. The count is 2-0.
Yeah, we saw Eckelceder last year, and she was pretty good as an 8th grader, but she's even better this year as a freshman.
And a 2-0 pitch to Alvis. Slow bouncing ball right side of the infield. Able to scoop it on the run as Rose recovers, flips it to the first baseman Teague. And a good job by Rose, ranging over to her left, fields it, and throws it on over to Teague. And it's 1 up, 1 down here in the bottom of the fourth.
Yeah, real nice play by Rose there. Good footwork, too, getting her body turned and making a nice throw to first.
Audrey Helmrichs now up to bat. Heldricks flew out to center field. And a base hit. So Helmrichs is 1 for 2. First pitch takes that on the outside. It's a called strike. The count is 0-1. Lisbon leads Clayton Ridge 10-0. Again, the baseball final tonight. It is MFL Marmac beating Waukon 7-6 in 9 innings tonight. And there's a pitch, strike on the outside. The count is 0-2, which means we've got a baseball game Saturday night.
Yeah, it should be a good one. Should be a real good one.
As MFL Marmac will take on New Hampton or Osage. And that site yet to be determined. So 0-2 is now the count as Squires gets ahead on Helmrichs, and Helmrichs pops it up. Second baseman Rose able to take just a couple of steps to her right, and they have handled Helmrichs all right tonight. Popped up into the infield, and that's out number 2 quickly here in the fourth. Blue Devils could use a quick 1-2-3 inning.
Yeah, they put the bat on the ball a little bit last inning. If they can get a quick 1-2-3 inning and go try again next inning, that'd be great.
Rachel Eckelceder is up to bat. Sacrifice fly RBI, popped out to second. She has seen 2 pitches in her at-bats. Swings at this first one, and it's knocked down by Squires. Trying to recover as Rose picks it up, but will not have a play. It'll be an infield single. Ball hit hard. Squires got a hand on it, and enough to at least knock it away. And by the time Rose was able to recover, Eckelceder's going to leg that out with an infield single.
Yeah, I think if Squires doesn't get a glove on it, it gets through. And then, if Rose doesn't go for the ball, it maybe deflects to her, but she's trying to get that ball up the middle.
We have a courtesy runner brought in for Eckelceder, the pitcher, and we'll let you know who that is, as Reagan Stelkin is now up to bat. Stelkin is 2 for 2. She has singled twice and drove in a run. So she singled and drove in a run in the first inning and singled in the third inning. And back into the lineup as, again, she was pinch run for earlier. First pitch, let's say soft fly ball, shallow center field. Coming in is Talene, makes the play for the third out of the inning. That courtesy runner was Emma Stainer, but that does it for the Vikings. They don't score for the first time. No runs a hit, leaving 1. We've played 4, and it's 5-0 Edco in the lead.
Are you looking for a new career? We're looking for a motivated, reliable worker with auto body experience or just mechanically inclined. Are you detail-oriented and looking for a challenge, an opportunity for growth, want to work on an ever-changing variety of vehicles? We offer a laid-back work environment, high-end pay, great benefits, flexible work hours, and much more. Qualified candidates can expect high-end compensation. You won't be disappointed. Call Bob at Top Gun Customs to learn all the details. 563-964-9899.
Edco Tournament Softball is brought to you in part by G&J Land Solutions in Edgewood, Farmer Savings Bank of Colesburg, Elkport Garber, Strawberry Point, and Arlington, member FDIC, Guttenberg Municipal Hospital and Clinic. Check out career opportunities at guttenberghospital.org. Myers Auto Service in Monona, Rise and Shine Nutrition on West Bridge Street in Elkader, Norby's Farm Fleet in Northeast Iowa, and Rivals Inc. Custom gear, screen printing, embroidery, and online shopping at rivalsinc.com. Top of the fifth inning, it is 5-0 Edco in the lead. Sydney Teague, Lily Idell, and Brooklyn Rose to lead things off. Swinging through the first pitch is Teague. The count is 0-1. West Central looking for their first base runner. 0-1 pitch, rise ball upstairs. The count is a ball and a strike. Is it 1-2 already?
Yeah, it's 1-2 already. Yep.
So we
She's
missed a
working
pitch.
quick.
1 ball and 2 strikes. With about 30 seconds, they were ready to go. And now the 1-2 pitch, and that ball popped up. This is a fly ball, shallow right field. Coming in is the right fielder, Boriski, calls for it. Teague reached the edge of the infield and flies out to right for out number 1. So again, that's the third Blue Devil that has put the ball into play, but they still look for their first base runner with 1 out here in the 5th.
Yeah, so they are getting the bat on it. Positives, just maybe started a little too late. Those 10 Ks to start the game were really tough for the Blue Devils.
Lily Idle is up to bat. She is 0 for 1, and she fists that one. And the shortstop, Alvis, coming in right between the second and third baseline, catches it on the line drive. Ball hit well by Idle, but a great jump by Alvis to make that play, ranging to her left. And that's 2 quick outs here in the 5th.
Yeah, 4 straight batters have now put the bat on it, but again, Edco making the plays.
Brooklyn Rose now up to bat with 2 outs here in the 5th. And the first offering to Rose fouls that one up against the backstop. The count is 0-1. So again, West Central without a hit right now, and Alvis with a good play. Caught it basket style running in, but had a good jump. She plays relatively deep at shortstop, so she covers some ground to get to the baseline. 0-1 pitch, swinging through that one there is Rose, and the count goes to 0-2. So Ecclescedar continuing to cruise along with no traffic on the base path so far. And now the 0-2 pitch, and that ball popped up. Shortstop Alvis comes to the second and third baseline, calls for it for the easy third out of the inning. And they put the ball into play all 3 times, but still without a base runner. Ecclescedar perfect through 5. 5-0. Edco in the lead, heading to the bottom of the 5th.
The Veterans Memorial Hospital Medical Clinic is a welcome addition to Northeast Iowa, offering extended hours for more accessible care. The clinic remains open over the lunch hour and offers early Monday morning and later Thursday evening appointments for your convenience. Call 568-5530 to schedule your appointment today. Veterans Memorial Hospital Medical Clinic. New clinic, more accessible care.
Exceptional caring people. Veterans Memorial.
The Woodland Eye Clinic in Elkader and West Union are proud sponsors of high school sports. We are committed to bringing our patients the highest level of total eye care with detailed one-on-one attention. Our offices offer the newest technology and equipment with a professional team of experienced staff that is committed to you. Call us today for your next total eye care appointment. The Woodland Eye Clinic in Elkader and West Union supports all of our local athletes taking the field or court this season. Bottom of the 5th inning, Edco leads 5-0. Chloe Everett, Marin Gall, Campbell Kirby to lead things off here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Everett is 2 for 2. She has singled twice and scored a run. 5-0. Vikings in the lead. Pitch upstairs. The count is 1-0. As our inning is now underway. We'll try to get you a score from North Lynn if we can here. And North Lynn playing Turkey Valley. They are heavily favored in that ball game. 1-0 pitch, and that ball's lined into center field on the run, and not able to make the play is Talene as it just hit underneath the glove. Covered a lot of ground, tried to catch it on a diving line drive, but it falls short for a base hit for Everett. Now 3 for 3, leadoff runner on here in the 5th.
Yeah, nice play by Talene. Just couldn't quite get there, and Idle doing a good job backing her up, making sure that holds her to a single there.
And that brings up now here Marin Gall. Gall is 0 for 2, flew out to center field, and a strikeout victim. Pitch is a wild pitch that sails over the head of Scott, who had no chance, and Everett will advance to second base. So a wild pitch. That's the first wild pitch we've seen from Squires, but a runner in scoring position for Edco.
Yeah, just got away from Squires there.
And 1-0 on the high pitch outside. Gall is the lone Viking that has not yet reached base. 1-0 pitch, it's inside. The count is 2-0. The other 8 players in the lineup have all reached base at least once.
Yeah, they're just doing a nice job up and down the lineup.
And another opportunity here. Gall takes the 2-0 pitch downstairs, and that scoots by the catcher, and I think that's going to go as a pass ball there. As Everett advanced to third base, you had a better look at that one.
Yeah, it looked like a 5-holder maybe on that one.
So a runner at third base with nobody out, 3-0 is the count to Gall. Who, let's see if she's taking 3-0, and she is. It's upstairs. It is ball number 4. So Gall now joins every Viking in the lineup to reach base at least once. As Boriski reached on an air, several other players all have base hits, and Campbell Kirby reached on a fielder's choice, and Gall has now walked. So those are the 3 that have done it without a hit. But there's runners on the corners, and there's nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And off and running is Gall. They throw it to the shortstop, Steinbron, now trying to score from third, and sliding in safe is Everett. The double steal. They threw down to second, but Steinbron came in front of the bag to try to get the run at the plate. And Everett slides in safe before the throw is there, and it's 6-0 Vikings in the lead.
Yeah, West Central executed it well. Just didn't quite have the arm strength to compete with the speed there by Edco.
Campbell Kirby took that for a strike, and the count is 0-1. So the Blue Devils seeing more pressure from Edco. Campbell looked to bunt again, but not necessarily squaring, just trying to kind of stick the bat out and bunt, missed it, and the count goes to 0-2.
I think bunting for a hit there maybe.
And runner at second base in Gall. There is nobody out in the bottom of the 5th inning. And the 0-2 pitch, it's away, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. So we are here again with a Edco lead. They have hits in every inning. The only inning that they have not scored was in the 4th. There's a pitch outside and a good look by Kirby as she still evened up now with the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 offering, and that ball popped up in the infield. Second baseman Rose, been a busy day for her, and she's able to backpedal, get underneath it. Kirby pops out to second, and that is the first out here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Yeah, Brooklyn Rose has made a lot of putouts there at second base tonight.
Ellie Bockenstedt now up to bat. Bockenstedt is 2 for 2, the number 9 hitter. Runner in scoring position with Gall at second base. As Bockenstedt has singled twice and scored, it also drove in a run. So the 9 hitter has been productive. Takes a pitch, that's an outside strike called. The count is 0-1. Edco, 2 runs in the first, a run in the second, 2 in the third, and they have scored 1 right now here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And there's a bouncing ball, and that is foul as they'll coach for Edco there. Huber just let it go sideways there. So out of play, and it's she did not even try to pick it up.
First ball we've seen really pulled hard tonight.
And here is the offering, and here's a bouncing ball. That's trying to backhand it. Knocking it down is Steinbron, and she's just going to have to eat it there. That'll be an infield single. Bockenstedt hit it hard. Steinbron tried to field it to her right, got a piece of it to at least keep it in the infield. That keeps the runner at second base, but now there's 2 on and 1 out, and the top of the lineup with Lily Boriski is up to bat for Edco.
Yeah, had to go a long way for that one, able to at least keep it in the infield, keep the force on here.
Boriski, 4th time she's been up to bat, looks to bunt, bluffs, takes it. It's a called strike. The count is 0-1. Boriski is 0 for 3. Safe on an air and scored the game's first run, struck out and popped out to second. Gall's at second. Bockenstedt is at first base, 0-1 to the Vikings leadoff hitter. And Squires delivers, and Boriski bunts it up the first base line. That's a beauty. Pitcher Squires picks it up, flips it to the first baseman, not in time. Boriski just laid a perfect bunt up the first base side. Too far for the first baseman to go get it there. Squires tried to flip it there. Boriski legs it out for an infield single, and the bases are now loaded.
Yeah, perfect bunt, and really shows you Boriski's speed there.
And this is the 3rd hit of the inning. Claire Alvis is now up to bat. So the base is loaded, 1 out, 6-0, Edco in the lead as everybody moved up. Pitch is high to Alvis. Alvis is 2 for 3, singled and scored, and also singled in a run and bounced out to second base. Took the first pitch high, and the count is 1-0. 1-0 pitch, and Alvis late on that one, fouls it out of play. That'll make it up the first base side out of play into a great garden that somebody has there on the first base side. And fortunately, it bounced out of the garden, so nobody's got to dig in there to go get it. Great location here at Colesburg, sitting right in the neighborhood. 1-1 pitch, and that bouncing ball. Second baseman fielding in his rows. Her only play is to first. She'll go there to get the out because everybody was moving on contact. Scoring from third is Gall. Bach instead advances to third. Boriski to second base. Alvis with a ground ball, but an RBI. She's driven in her second run of the ball game, and 7-0 now Edco in the lead.
Yeah, nice play by Rose again. She's staying busy there at second base.
Audrey Helmricks is now up to bat with 2 in scoring position, and Helmricks does have the ability to end this game on one swing of the bat. But Edco here has her up to bat with 2 on and takes the pitch inside for a strike. The count is 0-1. She is 1 for 3, flew out to center field, singled in the second, popped out to second base. Hasn't had the crushing base hit yet. And as we say that, pops this one up. Scott right behind home plate, calls for it, makes the play. Helmricks pops up into foul territory for the third out of the inning. But for the Vikings, 2 runs on 3 hits. They leave in 2 in scoring position. We've played 5, 7-0, Edco in the lead.
This is Michael Erickson at Central State Bank. We provide a complete line of lending services to help you get the best out of life. From home mortgages and equity loans to vehicle and personal loans. We have expert lending professionals who will work with you to provide options to address your needs. At Central State Bank, you don't deal with a branch or department, you deal with a banker who is dedicated to you. Central State Bank, member FDIC.
Edco Tournament Softball is brought to you in part by Blooms Flowers Gifts and More in Edgewood, Edgewood Convalescent Home and Lincolnwood Assisted Living, Northeast Iowa Sub Drains in Strawberry Point, Thompson Construction and Monona Overhead Door, Meyer Collision and Service Center in Guttenberg, LTI & Sons Water Conditioning, your Connecticut dealer in Postville, TJ's Pizza in Monona and Claremont, Clayton County Recycling, and by Bruins and James Insurance, your Grinnell Mutual agent in Monona. This is KCTN Sports. So now in the top of the 6th inning, it is 7-0. Edco in the lead. Rachel Eckelceder right now has been perfect on the mound, and she will face 7, 8, and 9 in Jeremy Lockhart, Macy Talene, and Miranda Prickett to lead things off. Edco has just manufactured runs in this ballgame. This is what you do. Just every inning you chip away, and they've put up a couple of crooked numbers along the way, and they lead 7-0 here.
Yeah, I don't think they've had any extra base hits, but enough singles and reached on a couple errors and a walk here or there, and they put up 7 runs doing that.
Blue Devils hoping to at least get a base runner here, get something going in the later stages of this game. They knew what type of pitcher they were facing tonight and knew it was going to be a challenge. And the last few innings, they have put the ball into play. There's a check swing, fouled by Lockhart. The count is 0-1. Lockhart, the first time through the lineup, had a quality at bat for West Central, though she ended up striking out.
Yeah, she ended up striking out, but she took a couple balls, fouled 3 pitches off, so she did a nice job.
0-1 pitch to Lockhart. That's an inside pitch, misses away, and the count is a ball and a strike. So evened up. Top of the 6th inning in a game that is just moving right along. Only an hour long so far. And 1-1 is the pitch. And Lockhart, slow bouncing ball, but I believe it hit the foot. Either way, it's going to go end up in front of the Edco dugout up the third base side, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. So West Central at the bottom of the lineup. Again, right now, you're just trying to get a base runner. Just start there.
Yep.
1-2 pitch, it's high, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Anything you can get on then you can worry about moving some things around, but they have yet to have a base runner.
Right, you got to start with that.
Eckelceder has struck out 10, 2-2 pitch that is fouled back, and again, we'll do it at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So basically, of the 15 outs, Eckelceder has struck out 10, and remember, a girl hit back to the mound.
Right.
So we've always said, when you've got a pitcher that can take care of more than half the outs, that makes your defense look great. 2-2 pitch, swinging through the inside pitch is Lockhart. Strikeout number 11 for Eckelceder, and it's out number 1 here on the top of the 6th.
Yeah, you don't have to make many plays, not as many chances for errors. It's just makes the game a lot easier when you've got a strikeout pitcher.
Not many teams end up getting to the state tournament there without a dominant pitcher, without a pitcher that can do that. And here's swinging through the pitches to Lean, and the count is 0-1. Because, again, if you face constant pressure from teams putting the ball into play, well, an error can lead to some trouble.
Yep.
Lights are now on, and the 0-1 pitch swinging through the inside pitches to Lean, and the count is 0-2. So we'll finish this one under the lights, but the shadow taking care of most of the infield now. And here is the 0-2 pitch to Talene. That's inside and low. A ball and 2 strikes. And it's a called strike 3. A delayed called strike 3. Talene caught looking. And that is strikeout number 12 and 2 quick outs here in the 6th.
Yeah, after an inning of no strikeouts, she's right back to it here.
And the bottom of the lineup is where she has just continued to get ahead on the hitters. Miranda Prickett up to bat, and she's really been ahead on most everybody tonight, to be honest with you.
Yeah, pretty much everyone. Journey Lockard's done about the best of battling with her.
Prickett, a strikeout victim her last at-bat, takes the first pitch for a ball. The count is 1-0. But the pitch count, that's not an issue tonight. She's been ahead all night long. And the 0-1-0 pitch is fouled up against the backstop, and it's a ball and a strike. 1-1 is now the count. 7-0, Edco in the lead. We have another score. It is on the baseball end. North Lynn leads 8-0 in the 5th inning. And here's a 1-1 pitch on the inside. North Lynn leads 8-0 in that ball game once again against Turkey Valley tonight. So North Lynn is on their way. 1-1 pitch. That was a strike swinging through, and the count goes to 1-2. So Ecclescedar's 1-2 pitch to Prickett. That's a called strike 3 on the inside. She strikes out the side for the 4th time in this game. That's 13 Ks through 6. It's 7-0. Edco in the lead.
Bodensteiner Implement is your local John Deere dealer with 10 locations in eastern Iowa to serve you. Check out their website, www.bodimp.com, for great deals on new and pre-owned equipment. From turf equipment to agricultural and compact construction equipment, they have solutions for every job. Nothing runs like a Deere, so come run with us at Bodensteiner Implement Company. Bodensteiner Implement is a proud sponsor of all high school sporting events, and we wish all our local athletes great success.
Find the perfect gift for birthdays, weddings, and anniversaries at Clayton Drug in Elkader, Strawberry Point, and Sumner. Each store is unique in its own character and design, but all have gift items that would be the perfect gift. Clayton Drug is proud to carry many name brand lines such as Mud Pie, Young Living Oils, Greenleaf Candles, Melissa and Doug Educational Toys and Gifts, CJ Gibson, and many more. Check our Facebook page for shopping specials available at each location. Clayton Drug, connecting the communities of Elkader, Strawberry Point, and Sumner to service all in between.
Bottom of the 6th inning. It is 7-0 Edco in the lead. Rachel Ecclesceder, Reagan Stelkin, Chloe Everett to lead things off. First pitch is a deep fly ball to deep center field. On the run towards left center field is Talene and tracks it down about 20 feet in front of the fence in left center field. Hit to the deepest part of the park. Ecclesceder, first pitch, flies out to center field for out number 1.
Yeah, nice job by Talene tracking that thing down and staying focused.
She got
nice
a
play
tremendous
on the run.
jump on the ball. And Ecclesceder, is that 4 pitches in a row? She has just seen 4 pitches.
She's seen 4 pitches tonight, 4 at-bats and 4 pitches.
That brings up Reagan Stelkin, who's 2 for 3, and her first pitch slams it between short and third. Edco Tournament Softball is brought to you in part by Raise X. Hit a wrong button there. Sorry about that. We bumped a button. But a base hit for Reagan Stelkin. That is now the 13th, actually 14th hit for Edco in this ball game. And Stelkin is at first base. Chloe Everett is 3 for 3 in this game. She has scored 2 runs, and this pitch is lined into right field. That's a one-hop base hit, picked up by the right fielder Idle, quickly gets it into the infield, going to third base and is able to get it there standing up as Stelkin, and the throw goes to third base, which allows Everett to advance to second. So a base hit, and everybody advances on the throw. They're second and third with 1 out, and Marin Gall is up to bat. And the hitting continues for Edco in this game.
Yeah, they've really picked it up. Still no extra base hits, but slapping singles all over the place.
Chloe Everett is 4 for 4 in this game, and Edco has 15 hits. So Marin Gall is up to bat. Takes the first pitch outside. The count is 1-0. Gall is 0 for 2, flew out to center field, struck out, and walked and scored. And so every Viking has been on base. Gall ropes that ball down the right field line. It is slicing, and that is a fair ball. That's extra bases. That'll score 2. Gall goes to second base. They'll wheel her around. She'll go into third. It's a stand-up triple into the right field corner. And it's 9-0 Vikings in the lead here in the 6th. And that 10th run just 60 feet away now.
Yeah, they're playing Gall to pull and sliced one down the right field line. Easy triple there. Great hitting by Gall.
And now that will bring up Campbell Kirby with only 1 out, and West Central here I believe they are going to take time as Coach Wild is going to bring in the infield, and I don't know if he's making a pitching change, but he may be talking about that they're going to bring the infield in this situation.
Yeah, I think the outfield as well. The winning run is on third, so they're going to try and prevent that run from scoring. Anything hit deep would be a sacrifice fly anyway, so bring your outfielders in and bring your infielders in and try and cover ground.
So the outfielders are coming to basically the edge of the infield, and this is a deeper cut as far as a lot of softball parks. There's a little more space, but they are in shallow left, center, and right field right now. And the infield is in, although it looks like the shortstop, Steinbron, playing a little deeper at shortstop. But he wants to bring everybody in here because they can't let that 10th run score if you want to get an at-bat in the top of the top of the 7th inning. And here's the first pitch. That's a base hit between short and third. Base hit for Campbell Kirby. Gall scores from third base, and the game is over. Edco gets production up and down the lineup. A base hit by Kirby gives them a 10-0 victory. Rachel Eckelceder strikes out 13 in a 6-inning perfect game. And Edco into the regional semifinal where they will face Northland. Edco defeats West Central tonight by a final score of 10-0 in 6 innings. The Vikings improved to 27-14. West Central closes the season with a 6-24 record. We'll take a break. When we return, game stats, coaching interviews, your post-game show is coming up. You're listening to high school softball from KCTN Sports.
Hi, this is Cody from Torkelson Motors in Elgin and Waukon. At Torkelson Motors, we believe that student involvement in activities is a great way to help grow our communities, and we are proud to help sponsor this game for your enjoyment. We've been serving Northeast Iowa since 1926 and appreciate the business that our customers have given us and the support they provide to our area schools and communities. So the next time you're in need of a new or used vehicle or a repair, stop into Torkelson Motors. We've been selling cars the old-fashioned way with a friendly smile and a handshake right here next door in Elgin and Waukon.
Your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative is asking members to do the summer shift. No, it's not a dance. Simply reduce your electricity use between the hours of 1 p.m. and 9 p.m. on weekdays. That's when power costs the most, so turn up the thermostat, delay the dishwasher, shift the start of laundry, and you can help keep the electricity rates affordable. This summer savings message is brought to you by your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative, Alameda Clayton, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. Alameda Clayton Electric, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
When making up a to-do list, don't forget to include servicing your car at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Your car should have the best care, and Edie's will make sure of it. Stop in or call 964-2186 to make an appointment. Tires worn out? Well, Edie's can replace them. Need a tow? Call Edie's at 964-2186. Kay, Lynn, and Todd invite you to stop by and fill your car's tank with fuel at Edie's AC Delco Service Center in Garnavillo. Edie's open 7 a.m. Mondays through Saturdays.
Alpine Communications believes connected communities become thriving communities. We are the local telephone company that became a 21st century communications provider. Alpine provides internet, television, cellular security, and telephone too. We promise personal, timely, reliable service from people who live here. When you choose us, we all thrive. Connect with Alpine Communications today. Click alpinecom.net or call 563-245-4000.
Hey, Justin Birdnow here from Birdnow Chevrolet in Monona. I want to take a moment to wish all the local athletes good luck during their game. You have worked incredibly hard and it shows during each game. Myself and the entire Birdnow Chevrolet Monona team is wishing you all that you do your best and good luck.
Mom, yeah, put that on my to-do list. There is more and more on my to-do list every day. I can hardly keep up, and I have to make sure everyone is paid. But who has time for the bills?
You know who can help with that?
Who?
Elkader Tax and Bookkeeping. They not only do taxes, but specialize in bookkeeping services as well. Has your to-do list gotten too long? Want help? Give Elkader Tax and Bookkeeping a call at 563-245-2154.
TNT Power Sports sells and services all makes and models of UTVs and ATVs. Not ready for a new ATV or UTV? TNT Power Sports has a nice selection of clean used units available. Contact Brian, Master Certified Technician, or Tracy for your next UTV or ATV purchase, or to schedule service work to keep your UTV or ATV in top-notch condition for work or play. Call 563-245-1100 or stop in and visit with Brian or Tracy at TNT Power Sports, north of Elkader on Highway 13 today.
You work hard to make sure your family has everything they need. Life insurance from American Family Life Insurance Company can help financially protect your loved ones by replacing a portion of your income if you were to pass away. That means your family will have the help they need to maintain their quality of life and pursue their dreams. Get the peace of mind you deserve by protecting what matters most.
Contact Julie Depke, agent at 563-245-2366 today.
American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Broadband is more important and versatile than ever, and you no longer need a home phone to utilize Neat's fiber broadband service. Freedom plans are now available to all subscribers on Neat's fiber network in and around Farmersburg, Luena, Monona, Postville, and St. Olaf. With speeds up to 250 meg, Neat's managed Wi-Fi is also included at no additional cost. Call today for more information on Neat's new Freedom plans and enjoy reliable, super-fast broadband internet service from Neat. Call us at 539-2122 today to discuss which Freedom plan is best for you. Neat, connecting you now.
Edco Tournament Softball is brought to you in part by Ray's Excavating, Little Bit of Country Stove and Fireplaces, Silver Edge Cooperative in Edgewood, Strawberry Point, and Delhi, James Rochard and Brandon Mather, agents for Community Insurance of Iowa in Edgewood, Culligan Water Conditioning in Elkader, the Lowena Savings Bank, member FDIC, Fisk Farm and Home in Monona, Cresco, and Decorah, Carr Auto Group, Bacon Concrete in Postville, Furniture Showcase in Oldvine, and RGK Portable Building, serving Northeast Iowa and Southwest Wisconsin. Welcome back to Colesburg. Our final score, Edco wins by a final score of 10-0 in 6 innings. We're joined by Edco softball coach Taylor Huber. Coach, let's first off start on the mound. For Rachel Eckelceder, it is a perfect game, a 6-inning perfect game. Struck out 13, including the first 10. Let's start there.
Yeah, she was awesome. I don't really know what else to say besides she was awesome. It makes a big statement when you go out, strike out the first 10, and we score right away. She was all over them all night, and our defense was sharp when they did put it in play.
You know, the big thing it was getting ahead on counts. I mean, it was the aggressiveness, I think.
Yeah, I don't know if she ever got to 3 balls, maybe 1 batter. So definitely getting ahead. That was awesome to see her do that and have some confidence. She needs that going into Northland Friday. So.
All right, offensively, up and down the lineup tonight. Everybody has at least a hit.
Yeah, that's what I said when we got to the huddle there. I'm pretty sure everybody had a hit, which was awesome. And then girls stepping up that weren't not necessarily our top of the order. Chloe with 4 hits was great to see, and Ellie, one of our seniors, with 3 hits at the bottom was awesome too.
Yep, Chloe Everett was 4 for 4, scored 3 runs. Ellie Bockenstedt was 3 for 3 in this ball game, scored a run, drove in a run, and also as well Reagan Stelkin, 3 for 4 with an RBI and 3 runs.
Another senior there too, which is awesome. Our 2 seniors showing up like that.
The other thing is Claire Alvis returned to your lineup. She was 2 for 4 in the ball game. Good to get her back.
Yeah, that was huge. That first inning, Lily getting on, and then Claire getting on right after her, and then those 2 girls scored, I think. So that was great getting those 2 on and making a statement right away.
A rare off night for Audrey Helmerich and Rachel Eckelceder. I mean, it's nice to score 10 runs and knowing that they, again, left some at-bats there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I said, they've been our consistent hitters, but that's great when you can have your 2 probably best hitters have an off night and still score 10 runs. So.
Yeah, your 6, 7, 8, and 9 hitters score 7 of the 10 runs in this ball game. So getting production from the bottom of the lineup, huge.
Yep, and that'll be huge moving forward. You got to have your bottom of the order, find a way to get on base and put some balls in play against these good teams coming up.
All right, you mentioned some good teams coming up. One of them is North Lynn, and you know them quite well. It dropped a doubleheader, including a very close ball game. What do you know about the Lynx?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Flanagan is their stud on the mound. We knocked her around decently. The first game, I just stressed out there with the girls. It's going to be important that our first time through, we have some solid contact. We struck out a lot the first time through against her last time, and then the second, third time through, we put the ball in play and scored some runs. So it's just going to be big, being focused and find ways to put it in play right away so we take away her momentum.
You figure your pitching should be strong in that ball game, and it's going to be defensively.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah, and we got to be sharp. I think we have gone 5 games at least. I'm not sure about Midland without an error defensively, so that'll be big for us because they will put it in play against Rachel, especially the top of their order. We're going to have to try some things, and there might be some intentional walks and stuff, which is what we had to do last time with Flanagan. She's hitting like 650. Benish is hitting like over 500 also, so we got to find ways to make those guys not beat us.
All right, Coach. We'll talk to you before that game on Friday night. Congratulations. Good luck to you guys.
Thank you.
Edco softball coach Taylor Huber talking things over about her Viking team victorious 10-0 in 6 innings. We'll take a break. We'll be joined by West Central softball coach Brad Wild when our postgame show continues after this.
When I started out in the car business, my dad gave me some good advice. Hi, it's Forrest Brown with the Browns family of dealerships. What my dad told me is when you sell someone their first car, you need a good sales department. But if you expect to sell them their second, third, and fourth car, you better have a great service department. Visit any one of the Browns family of dealerships in Guttenberg, Elkader, West Branch, or Victory Ford in Dyersville and find out why Browns is your hometown dealer, no matter where your hometown may be.
Join Freedom Bank in supporting our local students and their after-school activities. They are the building blocks to a brighter future for everyone. Whether cheering them on from the stands or participating in community programs, you'll always find Freedom Bank rooting for the home team in Elkader, Monona, Postville, Waukon, Decorah, and the surrounding communities. We empower success. Member FDIC.
Edco Tournament Softball is brought to you in part by Ray's Excavating, Little Bit of Country Stove and Fireplaces, Silver Edge Cooperative in Edgewood, Strawberry Point, and Delhi, James Rochard and Brandon Mather, agents for Community Insurance of Iowa in Edgewood, Culligan Water Conditioning in Elkader, the Lowena Savings Bank, member FDIC, Fisk Farm and Home in Monona, Cresco, and Decorah, Carr Auto Group, Bacon Concrete in Postville, Furniture Showcase in Oldvine, and RGK Portable Building, serving Northeast Iowa and Southwest Wisconsin. Welcome back to Colesburg. Post-game show continues. We're joined by West Central girls softball coach Brad Wild. Coach, first off, you were concerned coming into this ball game about being able to put the ball into play. Let's start there.
She was tough. Eagle Cedar was tough. I mean, the rise ball was popping, and I mean, she had good velocity. I thought velocity dipped a little bit in the 5th and 6th inning for her, but she kind of came after you. And I mean, once we started timing stuff up, she did throw an excellent change to Squire's first go around, but she went back to that riser and got us chasing stuff high, and she's a handful, and that it just puts extra pressure on your defense when, I mean, earlier than you want to in a game, you got to move the defense up for a play at the plate. You might normally say, we'll concede that run and avoid the big inning, but with her, you can't give the run away.
The other thing is, I think a better approach, second time through the lineup there. You guys are able to at least make some contact.
I thought so. Once we saw the first girl put the ball in play, I think we realized it was possible. It's like I said, I thought better approach. We kept trying to stay short with it. We choked up from the start and just trying to let her provide the power, hoping to find holes with the ground ball and maybe some liners through some of the openings or into shallow outfield.
The other thing is, I know it was kind of a tougher night because Edco was able to put some pressure on you guys tonight.
They hit the ball, and I thought my center fielder made some great plays for an 8th grader, and she nearly made some other spectacular plays. I look at some of their first runs came after she nearly pulled the shoestring catch out of the grass. I mean, she came a long way for that ball. I mean, even in the 6th, the ball she won on the one that Eagle Cedar scorched. I mean, I'm like I said, I'm very happy. We had a couple miscues. I don't know what we had, probably 3 errors, 4 errors. I didn't tally, probably 3-ish. And it was like, did they cost some runs? They cost some runs. But again, against a team like that, you're feeling the pressure, knowing you can't give them the big inning,
right?
Because then you're done.
Let's talk about your lone senior, Abby Squires, the job she did on the mound for you.
I can't say enough good things about Abby. I mean, she's a fantastic girl. She's a leader. She's unselfish. She goes out there, guts it out. I mean, she's going to do great things in life. And this program's going to really miss her. But at the end of the day, I mean, this girl saved this softball program.
Yeah.
I really firmly, from where we were to now, I mean, we talked about all summer long, we wanted to move the needle in the right direction. And I feel we've done that. I don't think I could have done it without Abby Squires alongside with me.
And obviously she's your lone senior. And when you look at, you had 4 8th graders in the starting lineup tonight. I think you like the future that this program has.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, the girls enjoyed playing in the second round of regionals. And I said, hey, realize this is fun. This is something you should strive to do every single year and push forward and keep moving that needle in the right direction. But that's going to take off-season work. I mean, in the weight room, pitching clinics, getting on your hitting days, etc. And I mean, they're all plugged in, and they all want it. I think majority of them, if I scheduled a practice tomorrow optional, I think they would still show up. I mean,
So, all right, Coach. Again, you guys got a tournament win this year, so certainly a step forward. Thanks for joining us. And again, we appreciate your joining us here tonight on our postgame show.
Appreciate the work you do, Dan.
You betcha. West Central softball coach Brad Wild and his Blue Devil team. A break when we return. Game stats as we continue. Edco advancing 10-0 in 6 innings. Back with more after this.
This is Michael Erickson at Central State Bank. We provide a complete line of lending services to help you get the best out of life. From home mortgages and equity loans to vehicle and personal loans. We have expert lending professionals who will work with you to provide options to address your needs. At Central State Bank, you don't deal with a branch or department, you deal with a banker who is dedicated to you. Central State Bank, member FDIC.
Edco Tournament Softball is brought to you in part by Hill Country Convenience Store, Every's Auto and Tire in Colesburg, Citizen State Bank of Monticello, Hopkinton, Ryan, Manchester, Winthrop, Strawberry Point, and New Vienna, member FDIC and equal housing lender. Welchland Motors in Edgewood. Ethan Kane Construction. If it don't drain, call Ethan Kane. T&K Cahoon, your Napa dealer in Monona. Sinolof Ag Sales and Service. Grow Logs and Lumber in Elkader. Timber is a crop. Harvest wisely. And Dean Family Chiropractic in Claremont. Welcome back to Colesburg. Post-game show continues. Edco victorious over West Central. Final score there, 10-0. For Edco, 10 runs, 17 hits. They committed no errors. For West Central, no runs, no hits, and 4 errors. Winning pitcher, Rachel Eckelceder. 6 innings, no hits, no runs. Walked nobody, struck out 13. Perfect in 6 innings, struck out the first 10 batters.
Yeah, she was just dominant tonight. We've kind of saw it in the first round game as well. She just continued it tonight, and she was lights out.
Let's go through the individual totals. First off for Edco. Lily Buriski was 1 for 4 with a run scored. Claire Alvis was 2 for 4 with a run and 2 RBIs. Audrey Helmrichs 1 for 4. Rachel Eckelceder 1 for 3 with an RBI. Reagan Stelkin 3 for 4 with a run scored and an RBI. Chloe Everett 4 for 4 and scored 3 runs. Marin Gall 1 for 3, scored 2 runs, also had a triple. Campbell Kirby 1 for 4 with a run and an RBI. Ellie Bockenstedt 3 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI. 10 runs, 17 hits, no errors for Edco. They're 3-4 hitters. Their top 2 hitters went a combined 2 for 7, yet they still put up 10 runs.
Yeah, so if you're Edco, you got to feel good about that. They got production up and down the lineup. Even with an off night by your 3-4 hitters, the rest of your girls kind of picked them up.
Abby Squires was the losing pitcher in this ball game for West Central. Got him into the 6th inning, 5 in the 3rd inning, 17 hits, 10 runs, walked 1, struck out 2. That after an outstanding game against Keyhigh, which she held them scoreless. Again, this was a different lineup tonight.
Yeah, a little bit different situation, different lineup tonight. You heard Coach Wild talk about how important Abby is and what a great kid she is, so she's got nothing to hang her head about.
Individual totals for West Central, they had, as it turns up, 18 up and 18 down. Faith Steinbron 0 for 2, Abby Squires 0 for 2, Hannah Scott 0 for 2, Sydney Teague 0 for 2, Lily Idle was 0 for 2, Brooklyn Rose 0 for 2, Journey Lockhart was 0 for 2, Macy Tellen 0 for 2, and Miranda Prickett was 0 for 2 in this ball game. So West Central closes the season 6-24, but picked up a nice tournament win against Keyhigh in the opening round. Edco improves to 27-14. They get North Lynn, a matchup everybody thought could be possible. That'll be at North Lynn on Friday night. That is a great matchup. The second-ranked team in Class 1A is North Lynn.
Yeah, that'll be tough. So Edco's going to see a step up in competition, and they've seen Edco has seen North Lynn before, and I'm sure they're excited about that matchup.
One of those
to try and beat them.
was a 6-5 loss.
Yeah.
So Edco had an opportunity in that ball game, had an early lead in that ball game, if I remember, and lost by 1 run. They know the type of effort it'll take, though, and it'll take Edco on their A game to have that opportunity Friday night.
Yeah, they're going to need Eckelceder pitching her best, and they're going to need their bats to be hot as well.
All right, so let's update you on our schedules. Tomorrow we'll be in Dubuque, and it'll be North Fayette Valley in Wahlert, the Class 3A opener. The On Deck Show at 4:30. First pitch is at 5 o'clock here on KCTN FM 100. Also, you can listen online on KCTN.com. Friday night will be at North Lynn. Edco at North Lynn. The On Deck Show at 6:30. Game time is at 7 o'clock. Saturday night, back to the baseball tournament. MFL Marmac plays the winner of New Hampton and Osage. MFL Marmac won tonight in 9 innings, 7-6 over Waukon to advance. We'll see them on Saturday night. We'll see you Friday night, correct?
Correct, yep.
And we'll also see you Saturday night as well.
Yep.
So again, our final score tonight, Edco 10, West Central nothing in 6 innings is Rachel Eckelceder with a 6-inning perfect game. Other scores tonight, it is Cascade leading Clayton Ridge Central at the end of the first inning, 1-0 in baseball at Cascade. And also tonight, Lisbon defeated the Clayton Ridge girls by a final score of 13-0. So with the win, Edco in this ball game improves to 27-14. West Central closes the season 6-24. Vikings win 10-0. For Coach Mike Sass, I'm Dan Behrens. My thanks to Zach Soto for running our studio show. For a complete recap of tonight's ball game, highlights, scores, and more, go to KCTN.com, click in the Sports tab. This has been a presentation of KCTN FM 100 Sports.
Find the perfect gift for birthdays, weddings, and anniversaries at Clayton Drug in Elkader, Strawberry Point, and Sumner. Each store is unique in its own character and design, but all have gift items that would be the perfect gift. Clayton Drug is proud to carry many name brand lines such as Mud Pie, Young Living Oils, Greenleaf Candles, Melissa and Doug Educational Toys and Gifts, CJ Gibson, and many more. Check our Facebook page for shopping specials available at each location. Clayton Drug, connecting the communities of Elkader, Strawberry Point, and Sumner to service all in between.